cancel culture is about canceling.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's born like this, it's born like this, immaculate conception. Not transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got junk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Is that a new intro?
Yeah,
it is.
That's gas, dude. Oh man, that was gas. I know. I get because I remember like I was like I think Lance sent me the track when he did it. Yeah, a long time ago, and I was like, this is really cool. I wonder what we're gonna use it for. That's gas. That is man, I need to binge that series. Holy shit. What season
how are we doing, everybody?
That's crazy.
How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good? Yeah, it's
doing all right.
I'm not doing great. It's been a week. You know, we didn't have a show last week. We told you all that if you didn't vote for Ole to win the Webbies, then we wouldn't do a show. And we meant it. We canceled the show to punish you all. So that's why we weren't here.
What happened?
Did
the results come out?
I think she was still in third. So yeah, that's why we had to cancel the show last week. So yep, we warned you all. We warned you all.
With the amount of stuff
even worse than
she
that,
should be in first.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
Yeah.
But worse than that, Tesla stocks or their overall revenue is down 71% this week. And seeing that just made me so sad and depressed for Elon because he works so hard and he's trying to make the government more efficient. And the fact that nobody's buying Tesla it breaks my heart. So like there's no justice in the world, you know?
People don't know the personal sacrifice Elon Musk has gone through as well as his 79 children. All right. That's 79 different pairs of swag from the Tesla store, right? That he's not going to be able to make, right? That's 79 different mouths that he's not. I mean, he's already wasn't paying to feed them anyway. That's 79 different prenuptial agreements. I mean, talk about a crucible, guys.
It's just so sad. It's really, really sad. By the way, welcome back to the show, Zaid Tabani. Everybody knows Zed.
Hi, Zed.
But happy to have you back, Zed.
Happy to be back. I'm very
great
excited.
to have you.
By the way, I don't work at Universal Studios. My girl got this for me. So.
Oh, so okay, never mind. I was going to ask you if you can get.
I didn't even notice.
Okay.
Yeah, she was just like, here's the thing, and I'm like, I don't work there though, and she's like, yeah, but it's just a fun shirt for you to have. I'm like, I don't want a Universal. All right, and then I was like, this fits pretty good, but now everybody thinks I work at Universal Studios. So, I mean, here we are. Would you like a tour of the tram? This is where the War of the Worlds happened and shit. I don't know.
That's a fun little tour. I went there back
in
fun tour. 2007, I think. It's fun.
I'm just going to be very honest while I wear this Universal Studios shirt without trying to get people in trouble. Disneyland is better. Go to Disneyland. Don't go to Universal Studios. I like Universal
Disney
Studios.
Guys, the show knows.
It is a. Here's the thing. when you go to Universal, if you go on one of their deals, it's worth it. If you pay like $100 for a ticket, like it has some cool stuff, but you're not gonna get like, I mean, do you want to go to like go build a lightsaber, which is fucking crazy, and there's all this experience, or do you want to go, get a wristband at Super Mario World? It's not the same level of thing you're getting, you know.
Although you get to see Luigi at Mario World,
you do get to see
Luigi,
Luigi,
the leftist icon. So
yes.
By the way, I hope everybody understands that I was joking about us canceling the show last week to punish them. I feel like they know I was joking, but there's going to be some people that's like, that's fucked up. They canceled the show to punish everybody. For those who don't know, we didn't have a show last week.
Joe Rogan? What the fuck?
That's like Joe Rogan.
That's weird. Like Joe Rogan. What the fuck?
Who is that so I can ban them?
I
don't hear it at all.
That was the craziest stray I've ever experienced. And by the way, I lived through 9/11. Okay, that is the wildest stray I've gotten.
But yeah, we didn't cancel the show to punish you all. Of course, we canceled the show because the Canadians were doing debate streams, and Ariana was moving. Rebecca couldn't make it. Matt couldn't make it as well. And I didn't want to show up and just do a stream, so we're just kind of like, let's just take the week off. So now we're back, and we also have another guest.
You were all invited to hang out with me. I mean, we could have been so cute together, all of you, But
I considered it for a second. I did consider it, but then I'm like,
and then I was like, no.
I'd rather play the first Berserker. So I chose that. I'm so sorry.
It was probably way more entertaining.
I was actually unavailable last weekend. I wasn't hanging out. Doing other things like Mike and the rest of y'all.
Yeah, well, I wasn't necessarily doing anything, but it's nice to have a break.
Yeah, Zaid, you've been gone for a while. This show's just awkward now. All we do is call
I mean, it feels like this feels like a weird curb sketch. Like, what are we doing?
The beefs that we do offline too. Just sit there and just let it stew, and just like, no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. But
it feels like this.
Finish.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm lowering my mic. I'm sorry.
Tesla stock dipping was hilarious, but like the most predictable. The craziest thing about that whole thing happening too was they telegraphed it for fucking weeks. Right? Like everybody was saying, your stock is going to get taken to the woodshed. It's not going to do well. Right? They kept saying it. And he's just like, no, I don't care. And then the 71% dip. Okay, I actually do care. I got to leave now. Right? But I also don't think he's leaving because of the fucking stock. I think he's leaving because he's pissing off a lot of people around Trump world with all the reports that are coming out that he's butting heads with certain people. Trump had to fucking call him out of a meeting at one point.
I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's leaving. I think he's just saying it. I think he's just saying it.
Bro, I think it's Bannon. I think it's Bannon, dude. I think it's Bannon too. It's the same shit. It's that like Bannon did all this shit in 2016 when he started, and he took like he was largely responsible. He was like, you should be really aggressive with North Korea during that whole fucking debacle, right? Which gave what's his name from New Yorker or whatever, a book, right? The Fire and Fury shit, right? And then now here we are again, Elon fucking up everything, right? People are reasonably mad, right? Oh, yeah. He's taking a dip, and then there's like, oh, now he's the only difference is it's the same thing, because even when Bannon left, Bannon was like, no, we're still on good terms, even though we fucking just bailed from a lot of people fucking complaining. I don't know. I feel like it's the same shit. Either he's not gone. If he's not fully gone now, he's going to be gone at some point. Like it's
Well, hold that thought. I want to bring in our guest. Our second guest is here for today. We have Finn, aka Swolesome. Finn, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Good to be here.
How you doing?
Yeah, happy to have you here.
And I'm doing about as well as can be expected, given everything.
Yeah.
The state of the world.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. So you haven't been on the show before, so can you introduce yourself to the chat and let everybody know who you are?
And plug your channels.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, Finn or Swolesome or Fantastic Mr. Fox, whatever you feel like calling me. So yeah, I'm a queer lefty bleeding heart, one of those guys.
What?
And I know, right? Yeah. This is how you.
You're not gonna fit in here.
Yeah. I'm the odd man out. I'm getting.
I don't know if you know this, but I apparently
all
sound
weekend.
exactly like Joe Rogan. So this is not where.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rip. I'm so sorry.
Somebody said I sounded like Joe Rogan, and that, which is wild in the chat. Sorry, I interrupted your intro.
Don't let him fuck
I mean,
with you, Zed.
I sound like I have helium for breakfast, so it's fine.
Me too, brother. Me too.
It's so the other queers can identify us. But yeah, I make a lot of like queer content, a lot of emotional stuff. I'm a very feelsy person. I do a lot of stuff about like masculinity, manhood, that kind of thing, because I'm a trans guy, and cis men love it when you teach them about masculinity as a trans man. Let me tell you. So that's what I focus on.
Especially on the internet,
Nice.
right? Very
yeah.
normal people on the internet.
Very normal people.
Yeah,
on
the internet's very
Lovely
nice to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great for that.
Yeah.
Especially
Lance,
trans people.
your microphone is super low, by the way.
Oh shit.
I just increased.
No, not
the
yours,
volume.
Finn. Lance's is
No,
super
mine.
low.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk.
Yeah, you
closer.
sound okay.
I think the gate is cutting you quite a bit, Lance. You know what I'm saying?
I turned mine down.
Noise gate. It's just directly from the mic because.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll just be silent. You know, it's okay.
I
No,
turned my mic down.
we value your opinion. What is the leftist mafia without the consigliere?
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I'll try my best. I'll speak into the mic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very low.
Sorry, chats.
There's a lot that happened over the past couple of weeks since we've been gone. Somebody in the chat is saying I look like a bearded Hank Hill. Fuck you. So there was.
Where did
Y'all
that
distract
come
me
from?
with shit in the chat. What the fuck? Stop distracting me.
It's gonna be one of those streams.
I look chat. Do me next. Do me.
Like, I didn't give them permission to start roasting us, talking about Zed sounding like Joe Rogan and me sounding like Hank Hill. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. We're trying to have a show. Okay. So there was a lot that went on the past couple of weeks. Nancy Mace is being Nancy Mace again, and she's also getting roasted by Matt Walsh for being too much of a feminist. There's the Pete Hegseth stuff. There's the Andrew Schultz clip. I talked about it on my show. I got to get all of your reactions to it. And then, since we have Zed here, we've got to talk about some rap music, in particular, a new song by Kanye West. I'm a big fan of him. It's called
Oh my
Cousins.
God, no, please.
I'm interested in
I'm
hearing
so done, dude.
Zed's response.
I am so fucking done. Like, I have listen to me, listen, look me in the fucking eyes when I say this. All right, I have listened to Kanye West from behind the scenes at the MTV Movie Awards, mad that he was fucking didn't win something at the MTV fucking Music Awards or some shit, right? To Bush doesn't care about black people, to I advocate for gay people and rap has to be less homophobic, to actually I'm a Nazi now. All right, I have followed this whole trajectory, and before I'm a Nazi, I was like, I'm off. All right, okay,
Yeah,
like I don't
that
care how good my beautiful dark twisted fantasy is. I'm out. Like nobody, like, because you could explain it for a little. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant, but like you could explain it for a little bit because when he was coming up, there's all these stories. If you go to Atlanta or anywhere and you ask somebody who's been in music for anywhere over 10 years, they'll tell you stories about Kanye West and how hard he worked and how he was like always counted out and he had to fight against it. And you're like, yeah, that's inspiring. But then when you get to I'm with DJ Academics and a black Ku Klux Klan, I'm done. I'm done. I am done. How you think the Trump administration? That's crazy, bro. That's another level of he has a fucking swastika chain. What are you doing? Where are we? I'm out. I'm out. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I haven't really been on Twitter for the past couple of weeks, and then I go back to Twitter momentarily and I see all that shit and I see the Kanye thing and I think it's fake. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm good.
Bro, so many Kanye, that's not even an argument. Like he made graduation. Fuck graduation. I'm out. Like no amount of Daft Punk sampling is gonna fix Like, and then now he's trying to get into like talking about the Drake fucking Kendrick beef. Like, bro, it's God, you know. And then do you guys know who Academics is? The guy who interviewed him in the fucking outfit.
You're talking about the pedophile, DJ Academics, the pedophile. Yeah.
Academics has done more.
Is it alleged or no, Lance?
No, he's a pedophile. Yeah.
I mean, like,
so
he's fucking...
he was sitting on a 16-year-old dude in a live stream chat. It got uploaded, and then all of a sudden he's been spending a lot of time trying to download.
I mean, no, he was doing he was saying weird ass shit in that chat. He wasn't necessarily hitting on him, but he was just in general being inappropriate. I know what you're talking about. But even more than that, even if you like the pedophilia or the grooming or whatever aside, he's just been a terror. He got famous off of publicizing kids in Chicago getting shot, like making money off of that content. He wasn't from Chicago. He just publicized the deaths of these kids who were dying from Chicago gang violence, right? And using it to farm drama content. And that's how he got his whole fucking platform. If you ask anybody, most rappers from Chicago fucking hate him. It's on site with this guy, right? Like, he's an absolute piece of shit. He's terrible to music. He's had horrible... You think Stephen A. Smith is bad at sports? Oh, lordy. Let me tell you a story about Academics. If you go physically to Japan to interview fucking Kanye West after all he's done, and he shows up in a black clan outfit, and you're not like, peace, I'm out, you're horrible. You're part of the... And he recorded, he still played it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my time. I'm so mad.
I should probably read the tweet that Kanye sent out. If you don't know, I genuinely did not think it was real. Because it's the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life.
With his cousin.
Yeah, so this is the tweet.
It's happening.
It's about a song. This song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. I love how, like, everybody's kind of glazing past the fact that he's like, oh, this is my cousin who killed a lady who was pregnant. Because, like, the other shit that he says is also insane. But
wait, hold on. But hold on. He doesn't just say, this song is about my cousin who killed a pregnant woman. He's saying, this is a song about my cousin who killed a pregnant woman. And the reason he killed the pregnant woman is because I would no longer look at dirty magazines with him. What? What is the relevance of that last line to him killing somebody?
Don't get it.
Yeah.
If you don't know about this, Matt, you got to get all the way down because it gets much weirder.
It gets shocking with additionally more shocking, orders of magnitude more shocking with each line. So the next line, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6. And then we acted out what we saw. Okay. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found at the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I blanked my cousin's blank until I was 14.
Hold on.
Why would you tweet this?
Bro, all the shit he says about, like, I respect my mom. He made the whole album Donda about his mom. Like, saying, like, my mom had, like, this in her club. Bro, what the why? I can't.
And then the song
this.
He's talking about, FYI, this is the lyrics to the song that he's talking about. Just like the last 4 lines there, kind of give you a bit of insight into.
I gotta say though, you know what's wild is that, like, so many people, like, there's no reason why I would ever want to go back on Twitter to read something that he said, because, like Zed was saying, it's like, once you've gone full Nazi, there's not really anything shocking you can do. He's literally selling swastika t-shirts, right? Like, there's nothing shocking. He can't shock me.
But he found a way.
I was wrong.
He found a way.
I was dead wrong. I was quite shocked.
It's such a fucking
song.
It's such a terrible situation though too, because it's like, it's not only okay. There's the side of Kanye is 100% responsible for being a crazy fucking lunatic, but also you can't act like this is not somebody's bipolar disorder or mental illness just spiraling. Like, insanely spiraling,
untreated,
right? To a degree that you can't like the closest thing. Do you guys know who Bobby Fischer is?
Yeah.
The chess pro. Yeah. Bobby Fischer had a similar fucking schizophrenic crash out for his last like 30 years. He disappeared. The reason that movie Searching for Bobby Fischer doesn't find Bobby Fischer, he was found. He is just not good, man. He was like ranting, like super anti-Semitic stuff, all these theories about the government spying at him through his like apartment. You know, he looked like one of the zombies you kill in The Last of Us. He was wild, bro. And like, it feels the same. It feels like somebody who's just not on this plane of reality anymore.
I agree with you. I just think that like it's still all on him because there's tons of people
100% it's on him, yeah,
with bipolar disorder who are not Nazis, who are not fucking
for sure
shit, right?
I'm not blaming. I'm not absolving him of any guilt. I think also we have to re-examine also, because let's be fair, like there was a good point in time where a lot of people egged this shit on, and we shouldn't have done that. We should have been like, no, this is fucking bad, cut it off. Like, we shouldn't have been like, oh, do you want to hear another Kanye? Not you, Mike. I'm not giving you shit for this. But there was
I was going to say, Zed,
like,
I did tell him to stop. He didn't listen to me.
No, but I was saying like there was a lot of people who were like who were for years making money off of Kanye did a crash out. Let me fucking report on it, right? Like when this stuff was stoppable. It's understandable to report on it now because it's so wild. Like obviously it's arresting the news cycle. You have to talk about it. But like to some degree, like there was a point where it wasn't necessarily reversible, but it was intervenable, and we just all let him crash out. And I'm just like, bro, like there's
I mean, the family has to intervene, really. This is when, like, if you have somebody with self-destructive behavior like this and severe mental health issues, presumably untreated, because he talked about before how he didn't like to take his bipolar medication because it makes him less creative or whatever. This is the responsibility of the family. The family has got to step in, and they have to stop him from doing this. There's nothing that the public can do. The media is going to sensationalize it. Who can't somebody talk to him? A different cousin, perhaps, and
the media should have ignored.
This is not okay.
I feel like the media should have ignored it because he used to do this shit to get like it was very clear.
It's so powerful. He knows the power too. He made it into a song.
Bro, he knows, like he knows exactly what he's doing. He figured it out. He like if you follow his career, right? Like I think the thing to not, it's one thing to like be like Kanye West was always a piece of shit. It's another thing to be like Kanye West was a genius artist who changed music, and then now he's horrific. Like that's a more horrifying truth that you have to reconcile, right? Is that he made Graduation, but he's also a Nazi. So what does that tell you about that thought process and where that goes? And at what point does that become dangerous? And do you not stop it, right? And so for me, like my thing is like, look, he always gamed the media and promoted his shit through stunts. He would always have a crash out right around when his album was coming out. He would always have a moment where he says something wild and sometimes it was real and it was earnest, right? But sometimes it was just fucking crazy, right? And on purpose. And at a certain point, it became irreversible. It became like, oh, we're just watching this shit go nuts. Like I still don't know why. There was this whole interview he had with Sway where he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "You don't got the answers, Sway. You don't got the answers. I've been doing this more than you. When's the Medici family gonna legalize my name?" Like just crazy ass shit. And we didn't stop it. We're just like, man, Kanye is so fucking crazy. He's gonna run for president at one time. I'm like, why didn't we go? Kanye needs help.
Well,
like,
to be fair, Zed, I don't think that Sway has all the answers. I mean, he's a knowledgeable person, but he doesn't have all the answers. Nobody does.
Hold on.
One Kanye, zero Sway.
Like I said, it's the visibility poisoning thing. Because when I'm not looped into the music scene very much. Like I don't really follow things. I kind of live under a rock, and whatever gets like recommended to me, I'm like, oh, this is nice, and I listen to everything. But when I saw Kanye West trending to the point that like he was trending on Blue Sky, I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I clicked, and I read a couple posts, and then I put on my hiking boots, and I walked into the woods, and I stayed out there for 2 hours, and I did not come back inside. And that was how I dealt with that news. And it's that I like at a certain point, I feel like people like that, because he's not well, but like I'm not well, and I don't go online and say that kind of shit. I don't do that kind of shit either. And it's just
He can also
it's
just
one
be a
of
bad person.
sorry.
True.
He can also just be a bad person.
That's the thing. It's like, yes, he's a Nazi, and also he's mentally ill, and also he has unbelievable hubris, and like just thinks. I think that it's that whole thing of being untouchable because of how visible he is, because he can do whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. Like we see the same thing with Elon Musk. We see the same thing with Donald Trump. I think that at a certain point, someone gets so visible that they just are not in touch with reality anymore, because human beings aren't supposed to live like that. We're not supposed to be like that. We're not supposed to have that level of influence over the other people. We're not supposed to be that visible. People are not supposed to be tuned into every weird, like embarrassing, strange, wild, traumatic thing that has happened in our lives. And when you are a person and also a brand, that's what ends up happening. Like, I think he has lost himself in the fact that he is a marketable brand. And when he does this kind of thing, he's trying to launder his story, is what I get from it. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And
Mike, like one of your mods is saying, that's so true. You can't cancel rich people. That's like, no matter what any of us wants to do or say, he's a fucking billionaire. Like, there's
well, hold on.
Stop billionaires.
But the thing is,
look,
dude, there's so many situations, but in music, specifically artists of Kanye's level, who have fallen off or lost so much stuff because of crash outs like this. I just don't know why we didn't do that, or like even, and maybe not falling off to the degree where like, oh well, they're poor now.
A lot of money. He lost Adidas. That was what, like.
I mean, yeah, definitely that
he lost there. But you're right. I think it's just because he's so rich, powerful, and famous, and like in addition to that, he was like you said, a seminal artist, like a top tier fucking musician.
He lost Adidas so late though. He should have lost Adidas
a long time. Yeah.
7 years ago, man, and like, and you know, like,
right? It's kind of on brand at the end of the day.
It was just so crazy, yeah. Like, and what's worse about it too is just like you would think, like, you know, if you look into like how sneakers have in general been like, that was like a big like story for a while. It's like, oh my god, like this is gonna open up the door for more people having shoes and stuff like that. But the way he, you know, for all the stuff people criticize Michael Jordan about with like his sneakers, people were killing themselves over Jordans and all that kind of, people were killing each other over Jordans and shit like that. The Yeezy situation was somehow way fucking worse, dude. The shoes were more scarce. People would snatch those motherfuckers like anytime they saw them, you know, like they became like all of the shit that like it was just a giant betrayal of his whole thing about being a story about like trying to equalize everything, right? This is the same guy who rapped, who used his single to talk about diamonds from Sierra Leone and how we're not talking about the blood diamond trade enough and how that's fucked up. And now is like, I don't know, man. Like I agree with you, Finn, that it's just like it is. I agree with you, both of you, Finn and like it's on him 100%. But I just like, part of me wonders like, why didn't we cut him off like so many other rap artists we have cut off? We cut off P. Diddy like that when we found out. Like that. I mean, also because P. Diddy's music is objectively.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say it is P. Diddy.
Yeah. But I mean, no, we did.
No, but like women were coming forward about the abuse and his abuse for a long time, like well before he was investigated by the FBI, and there was this whole crackdown and his life got turned. Like apparently it's one of those things where a lot of people in the industry, they knew about Diddy. A lot of people at one point or another were speaking out about Diddy, and just no one was listening. Like it took it being an actual, like, you know, Jeffrey Epstein situation for everyone to be like, oh shit, you know, like that's really
well, that's understand. But then what about producer for the Backstreet Boys, right? He got blackballed almost instantly when they pushed back, right? Like I
didn't know about that one.
Oh, dude, he fucking
is it that guy Lou or whatever? I don't remember his last name.
Yeah, man. There's a documentary.
It was
it was really
file,
bad,
right?
Oh, it was a PDF file. It was money laundering. It was fucking everything.
What is wrong with these people? I swear to God.
I mean, there's just a point. There was a point in the industry where like there was just like, I think the thing people don't understand is like there's power dynamics there's people who come into the industry, especially like if you've ever worked at a corporate job, you'll understand what it is, right? You're there because you're like, I can make a difference. I'm just not going to fuck with these people, and I'm going to do my thing, and I'll make a difference that way, right? but sometimes you don't know how bad it is. You don't even want to know, so you just walk past it, right? But some people are just like get bored and then they get psychotic. Like I don't know what it is. Like they achieve something and they don't know what the fuck else to do with their life, and they get psychotic.
The power corrupts people so much as well.
Well, have you ever had
people and whatnot?
Have you ever had like a relative, like my father was an alcoholic, and I remember like when there was a point in his life before, you know, he passed and everything, where like he'd gotten to a certain point in life, and just there was all the technology had changed, the way people talked had changed, the way the things people liked had changed, everything had changed. He was still oh, I believe in you know, equality and everything like that. I'm gonna vote blue and all that shit. But he was also because he was very not even a liberal, right? Like he just believed he was a boomer, like in all sense of the word. But his life was just cut off from everything, and so increasingly he got more erratic as time went on, not only because of the alcoholism, but his alcoholism got worse because he just didn't recognize the world. I think to some degree, certain people get a little bit of power, and either they get power hungry on it, or they just become they just don't know what they get despondent. You know, I'm not taking away the blame for these people being bad people. 100%. If you make that choice, that's fucked up. That's irredeemable, right? But at the same time, I want to know what that choice is, like what leads to that choice, because like we're all susceptible. Well, not all, but I feel like there's some degree we're all susceptible to crashing out like that. And I would never want that to happen. I feel we all have blind spots in some way. And I got really scared. I get really, really scared of, you know, like not understanding a situation and then suddenly like becoming I'm never gonna become J.K. Rowling. That's like a fucking insane crash out, right?
I was like, what scandal are you building?
But you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like where people, your mental health is like there's something to be said about the right-wing pipeline and a lot of these really extremist pipelines taking advantage of people's lack of mental health and lack of like self-worth and turning it into, oh, this is the person or this is the group that you should hate because you hate yourself, right? We've talked, like people have talked about the like why incels turn the way they do, you know? I don't know. I hope I'm not fucking speaking out of turn when I say that, but like, yeah, that's what I feel about the Kanye situation.
Oh, no, I too don't like incels.
Mm-hmm. I like incels personally.
I think it's.
I don't think I was saying. I don't think I was saying like, oh, are you pro or anti incel? Let's.
I'm sorry to me to cut you off, Ben. I'm sorry.
I think my internet's crapping out.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Finn.
Oh no, I was just apologizing. I think my internet's going to shit. So like,
relatable.
Probably better if someone else talks.
Okay. I didn't want to cut you off. So there was another video that went viral this week, and I saw this when I jumped back on Twitter. It was of quote unquote comedian Andrew Schulz. Let me find a video for you. I don't know if you all saw this. I did a video about this, but he explained why he is no longer a liberal and why he is now a conservative. Let me find it. Hang on. Is it Schulz or Schultz? I think it's Schulz. Okay.
It is spelled Schulz, but I think people say Schultz.
Okay, let me bring it in. I also have a really good video about Jimmy Dore as well. There's a lot of good stuff to talk about, and by good I mean
so much has changed on this show. Binder's audio is like gas now. Like Binder's audio is.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't even know.
No, gas is very good. Gas is very good. If anything, I'll just come on the show every 3 months to give you more hip hop slang, to just let you know where things are.
Okay, so this was him on the Trigonometry
get the fuck out of here. Trigonometry, get the fuck out of here.
Right? That was my reaction
Dog
when I heard
shit
that
ass
name.
man.
I heard it before, but like hearing it again, especially in this context of them talking to this guy with the PDF file mustache and why he's now a Republican, it was so much for me. But I'm gonna press play.
Oh, this fucking
and if you haven't seen this yet, I'm not gonna tell you what he says. Just enjoy.
The sides switched so much. You know, when I was younger, like Democrats were cool. They were getting their dick sucked in the office. They were like, right? They were like, they were like supportive of like hip hop music. They said, do whatever you want. Like, we don't want to be in your bedroom. They were cool with gay people. Like, it was cool to be a Democrat. Now Conservatives got 3 baby mamas. The president got 3 baby mamas. He's getting pussy left and right. Right? He's cool. He's the one saying, say whatever the fuck you want. So now conservatives have become Democrats. So I don't think I've changed. I just like the dudes that get pussy and say whatever they want. So it's you want me to be a Democrat again? Get some pussy. Tell me to say whatever I want. I'm there. Decide, switch. So
I mean, I don't know what else to say about this aside from the fact that like this is somebody who should have their voting rights taken away from them.
He's just fucking stupid. It's that simple. Like he just doesn't know anything. So I mean,
Stupid
he's
as
talking
fuck.
about a 78-year-old man. Like let's get that straight. He's talking about a 78-year-old man who he thinks is getting tons of pussy. Donald Trump has probably not had sex in the past like 10 years, honestly. Like, however old Barron
I mean, I don't know. I think he
time,
fucked Laura Loomer.
That's the last time he did anything.
Probably around the last time he had a solid bowel
This is a
movement.
ridiculous. I'm joking, obviously. This is a ridiculous thing to even way to vote. It's just so fucking stupid. Also, it's so cool how Donald Trump lets people say anything they want, like all those students who are being having their visas stripped from them and being deported, currently in prison with ICE because of ICE jail or whatever, because they said something critical about Israel or stood up for the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
That's a really cool guy who lets people say whatever they want.
Who's censoring government words, DEI, any word that has anything to do with equity. You can't have that in your application for a government grant. And yeah, as you mentioned, Mohsen Madawi, Mahmoud Khalil, Rumeysa Ozturk. So yeah, you can't say whatever you want. But what he means by that is, oh, well, now it's cool again to say the R word, and that's all I care about. So I could say whatever I want because that's all I wanted to say.
I actually came across something really funny about this guy to sort of give you the idea of who he is. Like he really tries to come across like he's some like, hard or working class comedian or something like that.
That's my fucking problem with him. The
dude was raised by parents who ran a fucking dance school in Manhattan for 30 years.
I did not know that.
That is his fucking. That's his upbringing. That's what raised him. That's what put food on the table. His mother was a ballroom dancer, and his father opened up a fucking dance school in Manhattan and ran it for 30 years, and that's why he was able to become who he is today. So anyone who talks about how cool and I want someone who gets lots of pussy and talks about whatever they fucking want. You were raised with fucking Manhattan ballroom dancing money. Give me a fucking break, you soft, rich, upper class Manhattan fucking prick. Give me a break.
The fucking problem I have is specifically that. It's just like I don't like this whole fucking line of we're like punk rock and shit like that. No, you're not fucking punk rock, dude. Like, first off, the fact you sided with Drake shows you're not punk rock. Like, I'm not even gonna fucking dignify. Oh yeah, this little bitch. Bitch got called out by Kendrick once, and then I said something about it. He was talking shit.
Called up by Kendrick. Like that's the fucked up part. It's one line in the first track of GNX.
But also the way he did it too. Yeah, but that's the thing. The way he did it too was really fucking stupid. Because if you come to LA. Dude, it's not a fucking game, dude. You'll get followed, bro. Like it's not a game. And I think that to some degree, people talk shit all the time. I don't like if you want to talk shit and say you think this is stupid, I get it, right? Like I'm a former rap battler, right? I'll take that. But I don't like this fucking performative ass I don't like Democrats because they used to get their dick sucked in the Oval Office. No, you don't like it because you were too much of a pussy to figure out how the culture changed, and you were too lazy to change your act. Andrew Schultz got big off of doing fucking crowd work, right? Like Matt Rife did. Okay, like he got big off of that on TikTok, and then also he fucking when he would do these little Netflix specials before Flagrant and all that shit like that, he would hedge his bets because he was so afraid of getting canceled. Why didn't you say that with your chest before, dude? Now you can say it with your chest. You can say it before. Right? Don't talk about being hard about things when you're so much of a pussy, right? All of a sudden, you're all about like you say whatever the fuck you want and everything like that. But back then, you were hedging just like everybody else because you wanted to get a leg up in the industry, right? I understand to a degree of like feel like you want to talk about free expression and everything like that. I'm not excusing anything that he says, right? But don't like say it with your chest. You like Trump because you don't feel like because you were fucking afraid, all right, about being called out for your shit and facing consequences for your jokes. Anthony Jeselnik has a great fucking line where he talks about like, look, if people are mad at you after you say a joke, you haven't done anything. You didn't get away with it. The art of like art is getting away with it, right? Like if you didn't get away with it, don't be fucking proud. You fucked up.
Binder, did you know about? Oh, by the way, Finn's coming back. He just wants to reset his modem. But Binder, did you know that like after essentially that's album came out and Schultz got really insulted and he thought that he was being told that he's like, no white comedian is allowed to talk about no black woman, that's law. That line hurt him so much that he actually started making jokes about raping Kendrick afterwards. Like that's where he went with it. Yeah, he did a full thing where he was basically like, if it was just the two of us in prison, yeah, I'd probably rape him. I'm just saying, like based on his size, just like kept.
But
on going
here's the thing, even like the grossness of that, like that's kind of the point I'm making. You don't say that about a fucking blood, dude. Like people have gotten pieced up for that, right? Like this is not a fucking game. Like people still. Kendrick was on stage like about a year ago, uniting literally every fucking gang in LA. All right, like gangs who had been killing each other for a decade plus. He was the one who was unifying them, and you're gonna shit talk him. People like plenty of rappers have come to LA, not gone home. I'm not saying anything. But just, you don't say that shit
in Compton. Maybe
no,
he just
bro.
has to
Like
do
that's
a stand-up show in Compton to win over Kendrick.
It's not even a thing about like it's just fucking stupid and dangerous. Don't do that. Right? Like don't like I really get really annoyed when people it's just the guy has an ego the size of the fucking Mount Rushmore, man.
Well, part of the problem is that like these rich people, these celebrities, they have all of their material needs met. So they don't really need to have a politics, but since people are talking about politics, and Joe Rogan, he's an orbiter of Joe Rogan, talks about politics, your whole politics has to be something that you make up to be mad about because that's the totality of like your existence. Like if you're a pampered little prick whose parents were rich, as Matt was saying, then you got to make up reasons to be mad. And so, I'm being oppressed because I can't say what I want, which is, I guess, like slurs or whatever. That's what it's about. Like they don't.
Special. Like every time I hear one of those things, it's like it's right before a Netflix special drops. It's like, oh yeah, you're being silent.
Every time. I can't say what I want without getting canceled, as he says that on his Netflix special. Like Jesus Christ, I wish cancel culture was real. I wish it was real because more motherfuckers need to be canceled.
But the thing is also too like Jimmy Carr orbits around those guys a little bit, right? But like he never bitches about it. He just tells his jokes. He just says his shit. Like there's so many like also there's been like I don't know if you guys have been following like comedy in the last there's a lot of comics who are getting really annoyed at the whole fucking mothership, like the mothership
hate that shit.
Comedy mothership. Yeah, there's a split there now. Yeah, it's a split, right? Like there's a split happening where it's just like the mothership is just like fucking a bunch of people just like saying wild shit on stage. It's not really, it's just trying to be offensive to be offensive, right? As opposed to like, and then you have a lot of other people. It's a I don't know,
that takes
man.
no talent, right? Like to write a joke or to make people laugh, that takes talent. But if you don't have talent and you just want to be funny, you could try to be edgy and just say slurs on stage, and boom, oh, are you a fan? Like that's half of these motherfuckers shtick. Like that's what even Jerry Seinfeld has resorted to lately. They all don't know what to say, and they're out of touch. Not just like out of touch in terms of like they're of a different generation, but they're also in a completely different class than the rest of us. So they don't live the life that normal people live. So they can't get people to laugh organically. So they can't take responsibility for their own inability to make people laugh. So they think, oh, it must be because they're too offended. So I've got to make jokes, about how everybody's offended. And, oh, let me press this button. If I talk shit about trans people or disabled people or immigrants, then I can play victim. I can get the clicks. Right-wingers will bring me on. Like, it's a whole grift. And I'm so sick of it. Like, it's making me hate comedy because most of them are such fucking crybabies. Just shut the fuck up. Either tell jokes or don't. Like, just stop being so... Like, they say that everybody else is offended. They're the ones who are snowflakes. Stop being snowflakes yourself.
And
but
stop
it's like rap,
people for
dude.
being
Like
bad at your job. Like, you're bad at your job. Like, stop blaming other people for it. Eric Idle called it out, which I really appreciated. You know, just like this old comedian being like, well, it's the comedian's job to make the audience laugh. And if you're not making the audience laugh, then you're not a very good comedian, are you? Like, that's really what it comes down to.
I think there's also this thing in like art or whatever you do, like where like at a certain point, if you're doing it at a professional level, the goal is like the story and the narrative and the joke you're painting or whatever is there inherently, and the goal is to grab it. You have to. It's the hook. You have to get the hook, and it has to be shocking, and it has to work. And like at a certain point, that becomes like, oh, this is shocking, so I'm just going to do this. But at a certain point, you lose the plot in how you're fucking doing it. And I think that's like that's inherently what's happened with a lot of comedy, where it's like the shock is there, but the underlying, like Chris Rock, I mean, I don't know, Chris Rock has some detractors here, but Chris Rock, before his horrible Will Smith accident, used to say Henny Youngman has to be a part of it. I mean, we'll see.
I'm on Will Smith's side now. I think he should.
I have problems. Listen, like I memorized the first rap song I memorized was Men in Black when I was fucking 9. All right, so I'm a Will Smith fan, but at the same time, Will Smith's new material is not great, and I don't like that he's showing up in every other TikTok that I see from an influencer. Okay, Will, we get it, all right, but like at the same time, like the Chris Rock had said, like Henny Youngman has to be in the joke. Like there has to be some irony or something funny. If the only thing is that, like Bill Maher was the, like, even when he was like, oh, like liberal, like, oh, I'm so about the more liberal version of Jon Stewart's progressiveness, right? Like in the mid 2000s, like his acts were shit, dude. Like it was just basically him ranting and that's it. There's no joke there. It's just him like wanting to have like a fucking like yes man audience the whole time. Like if you listen to I'm Swiss, I couldn't watch that shit more than 5 minutes, man. It's boring as fuck, you know.
All these angry white guys just wanted to be George Carlin.
I'm reading about the
right.
I was just reading about the elementary school that he went to. He went to the most prestigious public school in Manhattan on the Upper East Side. I'm reading this article from 2013 where the Parent Teachers Association raised $1 million for the PTA by doing things like selling the ability to have your child's name engraved on the auditorium seats. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Unbelievable. Apparently, it's on the Upper East Side. And the school is in Manhattan, and the school in this 2013 article was, and I'm sure it hasn't changed much, 70% white. You kidding me? You kidding me? In Manhattan? On the Upper East Side?
That's part of the grift too. Like that's part of it, is they pretend to be their, you know, like the everyman. This is they get out there and they rant about stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is relatable. This is relatable to your average American. That's what people like. And they're just it's cosplaying. It's cosplaying. And I think that part of the reason why they're like, oh, you can't even like make jokes anymore is because like the common person is not who they thought it was. They fed into bigotry and now they're surrounded by bigots. Like it's so fucking sad and it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Mm-hmm. It's embarrassing watching these grown ass men who feel like they have built themselves up these like successful careers, who came from just the most privileged backgrounds, who've had everything handed to them.
But I think you made a good point. I think you made a good point.
Though. They could just be themselves and talk about their privileged experience, and
fucking
and, like,
Jack
that would be funny
Quaid
to us.
Jack Quaid, when he was asked about his nepo baby, is like he was like, "Yo, I've gotten a lot." That's all. Just acknowledge it, dude. Just acknowledge. Yeah, I'm the product of it. It's fine.
No
I'm also talented. You can be talented, and like
But that's the
it
thing,
stands to reason you would be.
These guys are not talented. There's a whole industry that is literally the reason they are who they are is because they are literally friends of Joe Rogan. That is the entire.
Oh no, that's 100%. Yeah.
That is entirely who they are. That is their entire gimmick. Maybe they're kind of funny, but nothing that sets them apart that gives them any right to be who they are. There's tons of funny people out there who are nowhere near where these guys are.
But I think it's important to also like qualify where the Comedy Store comes into this, because a lot of these guys came from the Comedy Store, right, in LA, right? Like Brendan Schaub, Joe Rogan. Oh my God, I'm forgetting.
What's the return policy on the Comedy Store? Can we take back the comedians to the store and return them?
Hey man, the Comedy Store at a certain point was doing a lot of really great stuff, and and then it just kind of, I don't know, man. Like I'm in large agreement, but I think, dude, like Finn, you said something really like I think it's just a large miscalculation on what the common populace is. If you look back to 2005, I have this like running shtick where I keep saying like I think we're reliving 2005. If you look back to 2005, there was this whole thing about it was Bill O'Reilly had said something where like we live in a center-right country, and for years that was the debate, is like we live in a center-right country, and the biggest proponent against it was like Jon Stewart was like, no, we do not live in a center-right country. That's fucking crazy. And then Sarah Palin was like, real America and fake America, and that pissed off a lot of people. And I feel like we've never really lived in a like, we live in a fluctuating country, right? Most people don't engage with politics as much as we do. And I think like when something is edgy, people are interested in it. When something is petulant, people get very, very turned off from it, right? Right now, I feel like there's a backlash growing for the whole Mothership crew because it just feels petulant, right? Like Joe Rogan feels petulant. All this stuff feels petulant, you know? It just doesn't feel like it. I don't feel like you're gonna have a good time because you're just talking shit. That's like the same as like you going to your high school reunion and shit talk. Like it's not really good for you. It doesn't really do anything well for you. You don't really move the medium forward, right? You know, and like you miss out on a lot of comedy. Like all the comedy that's being produced by these guys is like comedy that you would have heard in like the mid 2015, which is that what we're fucking doing now? Like we're just doing a dated routine where we've like learned like why is that cool? Why is that interesting? If I rapped like it was 2015. I'd be not a rapper anymore. I'd be fucking. I wouldn't be doing well. You know.
Well, and to Finn's point about the misreading the room, I think that a lot of them kind of hopped on the pro-Trump bandwagon. There was Trump going on this podcast circuit, all of them, because things were trending in that direction. Democrats were the party in power, so they fell out of favor, and there was this big shift, both politically and culturally, in the Republican direction. And they hopped on that bandwagon. Some of them rode it hard, like Joe Rogan. And now, just a couple of months into the administration, you see Joe Rogan saying, due process is actually really good. I won't name Donald Trump, but due process is something you have to have. And they're already like realizing that they hitched their wagon to the wrong fucking cart because they don't have any real ideology or core beliefs. It's just like vibes. And I hate to say it, but like maybe not to the extent of Andrew Schulz. A lot of Americans vote that way, like not based on who's getting. No,
you're 100% right. They vote on vibes.
But and I have family members like this as well, where even if their heart is in the right place, a lot of it is vibes. Where it's like, oh, well, this politician, I don't like the way that he carries himself, or she's too loud. Like it's shit like that, and there's no core belief, like not even something that's like rudimentary, like, hey, I just want to make the world a better place, make things more affordable. Like they might have conceptions of that, like with regard to themselves, like, hey, gas is more expensive and I don't like that, but it's not like this broad goal, which is why their politics, like so many people in America, they're wishy-washy with their politics and how they can go from supporting fucking like George W. Bush to John Kerry to Obama to Trump and whatnot. And like my dad, for example, is kind of the same way. He loved Clinton at first. He liked George W. Bush Sr. Then he flipped. He liked Clinton, and then Clinton did welfare reform, which specifically fucked over my family. And my dad was like, "Fuck Clinton." And then so he was all on board with the George W. Bush. And then George W. Bush did the Iraq War. And my dad was like, "Fuck George W. Bush." So then he was all on board with Obama. And then he started to hate Obama, but he hated Trump because Trump was extremely racist. And thankfully my dad was like not down with that. But like it demonstrates like the mindset of Americans where they go back and forth because they don't have a real ideology. My dad was kind of just like a normie, anti-establishment outsider, but that was the totality of his beliefs. I had to like tell him about Bernie, like, "Hey, Dad, this guy wants to give healthcare to everyone." It's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, hell yeah."
But does that speak to the propaganda system in the United States, or does that speak to the frivolousness of Americans? Because I feel like Americans have.
Yeah.
I feel people can't necessarily always articulate what they're upset about. Like if you show I'm sorry I keep bringing back the music, but if I show somebody a song and they tell me what they like or disliked about it, 99% of the time I know that's not actually what's going on. It's because this one thing upset them, and the only way they can talk about what's upsetting, why they don't like it is this. Like if somebody says, "Oh, this song doesn't really feel like real music," right? They're talking about the arrangement.
Yeah.
They're not talking about the actual song or the chord progression or the songwriting, right? People don't know how to express themselves. I feel in politics it's the same thing. People talk about the economy, right? They want the economy to be better. No, they want their situation specifically, and the income inequality is what they're talking about. They're talking about the fact that there is like everything we're talking about, right? Wealth distribution's all fucked up in the United States. All of these issues are there. When they talk about like the way people talk about politics, they don't know how to necessarily articulate their frustration in a way that is cogent or accurate to what's going on. We can, and some people can. And I feel your father, after seeing the fucking shit Donald Trump, I don't know your father, he seems like a nice man, can, right?
Yeah.
But I think to some extent, like, is it because we don't have beliefs, or I think it's because the propaganda system tells us actually this is what your problem is, and you should, if you go to WebMD and you type in "what's wrong with me" and it says cancer, you're gonna think you have cancer when you really just have hemorrhoids, which is way too much information. But thank you for coming to
whatever
the
the
Mafia,
easiest narrative.
where
bringing the fucking hemorrhoids. No,
yeah.
I think it's honestly the narrative that's the easiest is what's gonna stick. It's the simple things, right? It's things that you hear from your coworkers. "Hey, did you hear that Biden has an open border?" Things that are very simple that you don't have to put much thought into. Those are the things that sticks, and that's why the Republican Party's propaganda is just so potent, because it's simple. They can make shit up, so they can simplify it. But like if it comes down to crime, it's so difficult. Like you're not gonna hear your coworkers say like, "Hey, did you hear about the socioeconomic issue and the way that's interlinked with crime?" Like it's going to be the simple thing. "Man, can you see it?" Like from like living in Oregon, it's like, "Did you see how Portland went to shit? Man, Portland used to be so beautiful." It's like, what are you talking about? Portland went to shit. If anything, Portland has priced people out. Like my old neighborhood is completely gentrified. This was a poverty-stricken like not like certain areas were poverty-stricken, but like now it doesn't even look the same. It's been gentrified. Like what are you talking about? They're building it up. What, because you saw one graffiti when you drove by? Like excuse me, we always had that. It's just narratives, and it's so like it's whatever. Like a lot of it is dictated, unfortunately, by your social circle as well, and people are just easily influenced. Like I had a friend who she would change her political ideology based on who she dated. So she would be like super like progressive because she was dating this lib, and so she was all about that feminism, fuck yeah, my body, my rights. And then she dates somebody else, and she puts on the camo. She talks about how, yeah, we're gonna go shooting. Like it's a cultural thing. They want to be all in. They want to feel like they're part of the in crowd. That's my psychoanalyzing of it. But yeah, people just love narratives, and there's no beliefs there because like we're constantly being fed different fucking competing narratives, and that's why we lose, because we have the more complex narrative. It's right, but it's more complex.
I think that like because the entire time we were talking about this, I kept thinking about it's lack of identity. Like they don't have an identity, and so it's anything that comes along to fill that void, and that is by design. Like that's by design, obviously. Colonialism, capitalism, that's how they function. Is if you have people in power and then you have the underlings that don't have a sense of identity, you get to tell them a story, and then they're going to latch onto it. That's just kind of how it goes.
Rebecca! Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
I hate to do this. I have to leave, and right when Rebecca came on.
Well, Rebecca is coming on to take your shift, so
thank you, Rebecca.
It's like wrestling.
You're
It's
muted.
a tap in.
Yeah.
Tagging.
Tagging.
I'm gonna tag it.
Well, it's nice talking
Rebecca's
to you,
gonna
Zed.
jump
Tagging.
off the top rope. Thank you guys so
Zed,
much for
plug your
having me. I'm
stuff
so
real
sorry I
quick.
talked.
Zed
Oh,
is
yeah,
tapping out.
How dare you? How dare you? Very quickly, I just want everybody on the stream to know. Matt Binder said that if I got him One Piece box set, he would read it. All right, so I want everybody. He 100%. Mike is my witness.
He's offering you a gift.
Yeah, but
I refuse to. I refuse.
All right.
I just want to get it from you. That's very nice.
That's so
but I'm
much.
offering no promises that I'm reading a
You're not
46 volume of
Zed, give it to me. Get
122 volumes, but okay. Very quickly, I host a show called Freestyle the News.
I will read
Sunday. I watch. I do a show called Zed Talks where I'll talk about certain things that are happening. I also do a show called Grift Watch where I analyze certain people and see how much of a grifter they are. You can find me on YouTube.com/ at Zaid Tabani or whatever. Just type in ZAID Tabani into something and you'll find me. Also, I do all the music for Evo, for fighting games. So we're working on that. And so if you like fighting game music, come find me and everything like that. I'm really mad I don't get to continue the conversation with Rebecca here, and we were really cooking. And I'm so sorry I took up so much with me talking like with my ADHD like a fucking idiot. So I appreciate all of you, and you're wonderful. I still can't hear you, Rebecca.
Yeah, you're still muted.
Well, take care.
Zed is
Thank
actually
you so
running
much for
away,
coming.
Rebecca, because he was talking mad shit about you before you got here. Now he can't.
First off, Matt, if you don't want me to
that
go in
you're
on your haircut, bro, I'm about to.
Excuse me.
First off, I gotta get that finasteride too. Okay, so all right, okay. I appreciate y'all. Talk soon, and thank you.
Bye,
Finn, it was
Zed.
really nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
care.
nice meeting you.
Bye, Lance. Bye, Mike. Bye, Matt.
Peace.
Bye.
I like Grift Watch. I enjoy that one.
It's good. Yeah, it's
a
good.
one.
He did one on Ben Shapiro, and I think it was very good.
Yes. Yes.
Who's the biggest grifter of them all? Is there a ranking? Like who gets S tier?
He doesn't rank them. It's not like a tier system. Like he kind of takes one grifter and he breaks it down by criteria that he has.
I mean, the biggest grifter of them all, is hands down, at least right now, after this latest stuff, is Donald Trump. I mean, what the hell? There's no bigger grifter.
True.
The dude is raking in, is literally bilking his own supporters of money through his meme coin. It's amazing to watch. The meme coin was going down. So he announced that the top 200 holders of his meme coin would be invited to have dinner with him, and all of a sudden it pops.
Actually,
yeah, and now it's popping.
Wow.
It went up a couple of bucks. People are buying it up, and
it's at $12.
And I'm sure on the other side, but I'm sure if you look on the other side, the second he announced that and it had that pop, his family members, because remember he couldn't sell right away. There was a hold. That's one of the that was one of the draws, and that's a usual crypto thing to try to prove you're not a scammer. You have this mechanism where you actually can't sell off your holdings until a certain amount of time has passed, and that time is coming up if it hasn't already. So you got the Trump family looking to make even more coin now on their own holdings, and not just the fees they were bilking their followers on. So they need that quick pop. And they're getting it right now with the chance of a lifetime. Be one of 200 people to have dinner with Donald Trump. Amazing.
So for anyone who doesn't speak crypto, I'm looking right now at the official Trump. And so when I think it was he launched it right before he became like president, I think like a couple days before, at its zenith, like the complete peak, it's $69.76 a share or token. Sorry. And now it's worth $12 a token. So if you were buying anywhere around the FOMO phase, which was basically like every single day after that and weeks after, there's a whole bunch of ebbs and flows, but it just barrels all the way in a downward trajectory for its entire lifetime. You lost so much money to go from like $30 a token or even $20 a token to $12 a token. Like you lost $8 per token in that situation.
The only way you made out is if you had advanced knowledge that Donald Trump was doing
right
this. Or you just happened to be sitting home that Friday night, which is really funny because that same Friday night, right before the inauguration, was the same night as the official Donald Trump inauguration weekend crypto ball, when all of his cryptocurrency supporters got together and had a party in Washington D.C. And from what I understand, they weren't even insider enough to know about this because reporters there asked them was asking attendees about the Trump meme coin they just dropped, and they supposedly had no fucking idea what they were talking about. So you had to be like close to Trump to know this shit was happening. But I'm sure there were tons of people who were close to Trump who were given this advanced knowledge and who bought without a doubt, or were just handed tokens.
Hi, Rebecca is working.
Welcome back, Rebecca.
No, it's still muted.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
We're all having audio nightmares tonight.
That's the worst.
Oh, she forgot to press the mute button.
Because there's two. So I never really noticed this one on the side, so I was being a boomer. But I always press this one, and then this other one underneath. I never press it, and I guess every time I was
do you have an
logging
older
in-
one? Which Shure microphone do you have?
The M. Hold on, let me see. It's like 47. Let me see.
The MV7?
Yeah, that one. MV7.
The first one though, not the MV7 Plus, right?
No, the first one.
Okay,
This
I
one's
had
old.
that one. That mic is. It sounds good, but it's got some real issues.
Absolutely.
I complained to Shore about it.
That's
you
how
have
bad
the-
it was.
the-
You complained to Shore about it.
You have the shitty USB, mini
Yes.
USB.
Did you speak to the manager?
It's all janky and it's
Yes,
all,
and it could fall at any time. At any time.
Yep, that was the new one is the MV7 Plus, and they fixed all those issues and it's much better. Yeah, I would reach out to Shore and tell them you have a defective one and see maybe they'll send you the.
Is that what happened with you?
Yeah, I told them I had a defective one.
What? And they sent it to you for free?
Well, I'm also a tech reporter, so they want me to review the product.
You did speak to the manager. I knew it.
It wasn't like I complained at a retail store. I had a direct line to Shore. I'm a tech reporter. I told them that there is a major problem with this. Literally, some of the models of the mic Rebecca has, because it uses a mini USB cord, and those are not good connectors, especially with the way the mic is positioned. And I had not one but two of those mics that Rebecca has where the USB-C port itself broke off inside of the microphone.
Inside. That little piece will fall off. My DJ from my show, Like It or Not, he had the same one. He had to buy the Plus, I guess the newer version. And what happened was that where the USB connects, that piece fell out. So you can't use it at all. So yeah, it's super faulty, but
yeah,
it's what we got over here.
Yeah. See, I was telling Shore that there were problems with their device as in my role as someone reviewing it. I wasn't like going to Target and harassing the guy behind the counter.
Did you weaponize your white tears, Matt?
Absolutely,
Did you
he did.
weaponize them? Did you use your white tears for evil?
Yes, I did.
Matt was
And it
like,
worked.
No,
Of course it worked.
The way that I imagine this playing out
why
is
white
Matt
people
was
do
like,
it.
Matt was like, "Hey, I'm having some problems with my microphone. Sorry, that one's out of warranty. Well, I'll have you know, I'm a very influential tech reviewer.
That's exactly what
Mashable.
I also mentioned how I'm Jewish and that their microphone breaking on me is very anti-Semitic. I
hit him with the 1-2 punch and they couldn't resist. They're like, "Sir, we'll send you a free one immediately. Okay, fuck Palestine. Also, we love Mashable." Like that's what they had to respond with.
I'm too black. I don't think I can make it. And I'm a woman. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
You
But
never have a chance, Rebecca. They
No
wouldn't fall for it.
chance.
You have to have Matt
Can
do
I
it for
make
you.
it?
He's got to be your proxy.
Is it right, Matt? Look, the tech reporter, and you white and Jewish-ish.
I also was like, you know, after the USB-C, not the USB-C, that's the one that works. After the mini USB port broke, I looked at the little port piece and I was like, you know what? This looks a little bit like the mustache of one Adolf Hitler. Did you guys do this on purpose?
You see? Did it come with the did they only send you the mic? Now what did they send you extra accessories for your computer?
No, just the mic. Just the mic.
Okay. That was white of you, but I'm glad that you got what you needed. You know, sometimes you gotta use your little power. It's okay. You got the power, you gotta flex that a little bit.
Hey, it's for work. I review these things. What do you want from me? All
What's
right?
the point of privilege if you don't use it? That's what I'm saying.
You use the tools that you've got in your tool belt. Look, I dropped the homophobia card when YouTube wouldn't put in my revenue.
I mean, listen, they got money from me. I bought the microphone at first.
You gotta use the system how you. So see, Matt, it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about that. You went to the manager, you used your whiteness, and you got you a new mic to do the work. Mike, you said that you used, you told them that they were being homophobic in some way. Blocking.
I said, why are you not monetizing a gay creator? And they still didn't really give a shit. And these days I couldn't get away with that.
I don't.
But 2023, it was still okay.
Okay. Yeah,
now I can get thrown into an El Salvadorian gulag for saying that.
That's true. You'd be put
Oh,
on
we
the
all
list,
going.
so.
They taking everybody. I was telling
You gotta use what you got. After the
What do
Pope
I have?
died, I went to McDonald's and I said, "Did you hear? I'm Catholic and the Pope died," and they gave me a free meal. You got to really use that shit.
I'm pretty sure that works, but I don't have anything that works in America. I have nothing for the people here. Like they hate it. Product of immigrants, black, a woman, and they don't want nothing to do with that. And then
and Haitian, they're extra racist against Haitians too.
You gotta find you gotta find a business run by a resistance lib, and they will treat you like the queen you are.
That's terrible. And this just shows us how the system is up. I was saying like everybody can get it. I said in one of my videos, everybody can get deported and stuff like that. This white woman, we were talking about her, or she's white adjacent in some way, but she was told to self-deport. People they don't care who you are, where you are, what it is. They're coming for everybody, every marginalized group. They are attacking them and us, and they are telling folks we gonna get you one way or another. So a lot of people who thought it couldn't be them, and then everybody. So I remember you were saying, Mike, that they didn't give a damn when you complained to the manager at YouTube. They never gave a damn when they was taking my monetization away for doing this show, for doing Like It or Not. They never gave a damn. So I'm in the videos like, well, I'm black. Is that the problem? Because I'm the only black person on the Leftist Mafia, or because I'm the only woman on this, on Like It or Not? Like, what's the issue? Because first of all, Like It or Not with Rebecca Azor, why are y'all not getting that, right? And on the Leftist Mafia, I'm literally in the intro. What is the problem? And then they'll be like, oops, sorry, we made a mistake. And then that's it. So that's why I can't even, after I stream.
Wait, that worked?
It works, but now what really works is after I stream this live, I can't keep it up on the page. I have to unlist it, because if I keep it up, they will, because I had this whole long conversation at first when they demonetized me. I couldn't even speak to the managers. They told me I didn't have a YouTube account. They told me I didn't have one. And so I had to go around by saying I had a different issue to speak to the managers. And when I finally got a chance to do that, they were like, oh my God, we are so sorry. Like that should never happen. Because I started going in, it's because I'm black, because I'm Haitian, the kind of content I do I was listing off all the things. And they just put it back on. They just, again, and it was a long conversation with them, but they were just like, oops, my bad. And that was it. And they just remonetize it.
Well, YouTube kind of a bad look for YouTube when you have a podcast with a bunch of white dudes and you're the only one that can't monetize your podcast. Like,
no, YouTube demonetizes.
That is us.
Demonetizes mine too.
Yeah,
my Leftist Mafia episodes too.
Yeah,
YouTube demonetizes every single one because of the fucking theme song.
Yeah. Oh well,
it's because of your slurs, Matt. All right, the theme song is immaculate. We cannot speak ill of it.
No, the theme song is great.
It's all your slurs.
That Macklemore owns it.
Well, he does.
Well, okay. Before I do that, I'm sorry, Swolesome. I didn't even say hello. Okay, I gotta make sure for the guests in the house because I'm always late, so I can't be rude to the guests. So, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm glad that we got the mic sorted out.
Yes, because
it's good to see you.
I know, good to see you too. Everybody talks so well about you, of course. I think I missed you on the last show that you was on with us. I want to say that you were a while back. So, but yeah, it's good. It's good to see you. Like I'm gonna say the same thing I've been saying to Lance. You're so beautiful. Like you're like the skin, y'all gotta drop the regimens because y'all just be coming on. And I was just talking to Olay about this. I was like, Lance skin, just
I always have disappointing. Yeah, but I have disappointing answers because people are like, oh yeah, I use so many moisturizers and creams and all this kind of stuff, right? And I'm like, I shower every day.
Oh,
like,
you shower every day and you have skin like that? How is that possible?
Matt, please. We're trying to beat the allegations for white folks. Please. Please.
I have a routine. I do have a routine.
You have a routine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I have a routine. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you just need to let those natural oils do their job. Otherwise, you're gonna have dry ass skin. That's just how it is.
It's giving flaky. Please, Matt.
Hey, I get flaky when I
love
take
this
showers
episode.
every day.
There's some chaos energy in the air today. I love it.
They said, Matt, we're trying to beat the allegations. All y'all white, and you see,
there's no allegations for me. I grew up with punk rock. There's no.
He's not white. He's into punk.
So you're trying to attack yourself.
A white
You're
thing.
not shouting because of punk rock.
The smelly punk rock thing.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I bathe every single day for the record. Sometimes multiple times per day. If I go to the gym, I
Good.
bathe twice.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Every day?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you wash your
required.
legs, right?
Yes. You don't bathe every day?
But bathe, like you take baths? I don't take baths.
Shower.
Oh, I shower.
Oh, okay. I was like, that sounds like I don't have the time.
I bathe myself or I clean myself. Yeah. I shower every day. I don't know why I said bathe, but yeah, I shower every single day.
And y'all using lotion?
No, baths is gross.
Y'all using lotion?
I use lotion because I have very dry skin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get very dry skin.
So
which is why
Rebecca,
I
my
don't take
partner
showers every day.
has what is it? A cream for like the wintertime for like if you have like eczema and stuff like that. That it has steroids in it, and it's wild. I've never seen a moisturizing product like that. It's like it's the stuff that no one has access to. This is like the prescription moisturizer. It's like it's next level. Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep moisturizing. Keeps.
Oh,
you
it's
looking
very powerful. Yeah.
With steroids.
Yes, with steroids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not anabolic steroids, not that
Well,
kind. It doesn't make your skin stronger.
Okay.
This is
So, Swolesome,
somebody
you said
asked
you
this
have
question. It makes me feel good. Milk. Do you die?
Oh, it's definitely
milk.
And I know what you're talking about. Because I read Mike though. I read Mike.
You read it as Mike.
I read Mike at first, and then I realized it was
I
milk,
did.
and I'm like, wait, are they saying?
Mike, maybe they confused you with the gay icon, Harvey Milk.
Okay, somebody said to ask about washcloths.
I use a loofah personally.
I don't know what the question about.
Yeah, loofah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You probably. So, do you guys use like washcloths or something in the shower, and just not the bar of soap on your skin?
Oh yeah, the scrub, of course. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
exfoliation.
Yes.
Matt, you ain't say nothing.
Wait, what's the question?
Do you use washcloth or like a loofah or something in the shower instead of just at the bar of soap? And then you, wow.
Unacceptable. I have like a separate. I have my loofah, and then I have like a special scrub brush for my feet because I don't want to use my foot brush on my body because like I'm weird. Like
Smart.
it's It's
I heard
a
a rapper say that in a song where you don't use the same like washcloth or thing that you use for your. They said for your balls and then for your face. That's what.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Face only ever
that's
gets
the
hands.
opposite for me. I have a washcloth that's just for my balls and face.
Oh Lord!
And the old ball and face washcloth.
I really want to. They saying a lot of things about y'all on the internets and the interwebs, and I'm trying to help y'all beat the allegations right here on the Leftist Mafia.
Becca's trying so hard.
Oh my
trying so hard. This is our chance of blowing it. Matt's blowing it.
Yeah, we're not representing white people very good right now.
Well,
The door's open. And we're like, no.
Yeah, Matt's like, hell no, I don't use nothing. Maybe it's just so hard, baby.
Listen, I have conservatives when they see my photo on like Twitter or whatever, when they're mad at me, their go-to is like take a shower, you loser. And I'm like, oh, you think I'm smelly? I look smelly. Thank you.
And they be the
Diss
one,
to me?
like I've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene before the last few years. I think early 2020, 2021. I seen her going off on people in the street, like I guess it was on the street interview or something, and she turned around to walk away, and all I saw was like the just black underneath her feet in some sandals, right?
Oh.
And I was like, see,
Wait, what?
Yeah, her feet were filthy at the bottom, as if she was just, she walked 1,000 miles, like the song.
Rebecca, I feel like you're gonna agree with this, but do you think, does she not look like somebody who has BO all the time and doesn't wear deodorant? I get that.
She looks
vibe
like
from
she
her.
smells like mold, like moldy furniture. I've always thought that.
I hate this for me, and I do think whatever you said, right, Mike?
Thank you.
I
can
hate
tell.
this to say that because I don't even want to go there with her, but she talks about people's looks a lot, and we know what Jasmine Crockett called her, the bad butch body, something. And I think she looks exactly how I think that she acts. She carries herself in that way.
That's a very classy way of insulting someone.
I try.
It's like you have an ugly heart. That's all I'll say.
I was talking to Rebecca. It's okay to call people ugly because I'm gonna say it. I'm like, I don't. It's hard for me, and I know that they may be facially challenged. Their heart may be showing on their face. It just depends.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
It's those things, and she's one of those. Ben likes to call her. He calls her like a cave-looking woman, like what a caveman in woman form looks like.
Okay,
he says that's what she looks like. He said she's from the Mount Caucasus. He goes in on her all the time. Like he can't.
I'm stealing facially challenged. That's amazing. Like Charlie Kirk is facially challenged. That's amazing.
She looks like she acts. I like.
Yes,
that.
exactly.
That is very classy. That is a good.
That's all I got because I don't really want to go in, and I know how people get like, you guys are being so. It's always something, but that's just how I feel. Like she's a nasty person, but and then these are people that are our representatives. Back in the good old days, there was still racist and stuff, but they put on a good little shoe, right? It's a good little shoe, a good little suit or a dress or whatever. These people are showing up like they rolled out of bed. Why am I here? Like,
That's
what
true.
is the purpose? Like, I don't really care about this position. I'm just here to get a coin or to be famous or whatever it is. And that's what I see a lot from they look dirty.
Speaking of dirty looking politicians, we have to talk about Nancy Mace. Yeah,
again, what happened here?
Nancy Mace this week has been non-stop. And my favorite part about this entire week is that she shared a video of all the mean comments that she got. And I think that she believed this would help garner sympathy for her. It was just like people were just laughing at it. Because nobody has sympathy for her because this is the biggest grifter on the planet. Like, of all politicians, even more so than I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is the biggest attention seeker I've ever seen of anybody. And this is confirmed, like her old, I don't know if it was her chief of staff, but it was a staffer said that on January 6th, she was trying to get punched in the face. Like she wanted to, so there could be headlines about her. So this week, she was in the face wash aisle, I think. And one of her constituents confronted her about not hosting a town hall. She then filmed him, and then she posted that video of her own constituent to her Twitter. And then she went and did multiple interviews about this exchange, which it wasn't even that it wasn't that serious. And
was she saying that she felt threatened?
Yeah, what was she saying?
She was saying that she felt threatened by a man who didn't back down. And if you watch the exchange, she talks about it on Fox News, the man is just he's asking her about a town hall, and then she starts getting really fuck you. It's like, well, fuck you. And then and then what's funny is that she's talking to him and she's like, hey, just so you know, I supported gay marriage because he's seemingly gay. He's in the facial.
I was like,
so that's her presumption.
Did he open with that? I'm gay, by the way, just so you know.
No. And then he was like, why are you telling me this? It's just the whole thing is such a shit show. And then she posted, so in the aftermath of all of that, let me pull up the tweet. She shared that when a woman tells a man that she feels unsafe, it's his duty to back away. And even Matt Walsh responded to that, which was kind of funny to me.
I love when they eat each other.
Yeah, the leopard is great. The leopard
so
is amazing.
Real men protect women. if a woman feels unsafe, a real man backs up. And then Matt Walsh chimes in. He's like, well, no, being a real man does not mean automatically obeying a woman and walking away like a scolded puppy if she orders him to. Men should not intentionally cause women to feel unsafe. But also women can sometimes use the I feel unsafe line manipulatively. And like, Matt Walsh is the worst person on the planet.
I know.
But with regard to Nancy Mace, it's objectively true. And I'll show you the clip. Let me just bring it in here. Because they play a little bit of it when she's on Hannity. And I don't know why she thinks it makes her look good.
Okay, let's watch it.
Let me see. Okay. So I think they start with it.
For the weekend, South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace posted this now infamous video online after a man who is allegedly one of her constituents confronted her while she was shopping. Take a look.
I do them every year.
Every year?
You want to keep going?
Do you
want to keep going and keep harassing me? You could have gone to a dozen town halls last year.
I asked if you're doing any more this year. It was one simple question.
Yeah.
Are you doing a town
I've already done one. I'll do plenty more.
Any more this year? It was a simple question.
You're always invited.
Okay, sweet. We'll look
And
out
by
for
the
an
way,
actual invitation.
I voted for gay marriage twice. So I'm just saying, it has everything to do with
You
it.
think everything about me has to do with gay marriage?
do,
That's
absolutely.
your first stance when you
Yep.
speak with me?
Because you
He never
people on
said.
the left are
I know.
crazy.
So,
You're absolutely crazy.
I'm absolutely
You are.
crazy.
And get out of my face.
You're insane.
Goodbye.
You're insane. You're gonna me and you're
Yep.
gonna be voted
Bye.
out so fast this year. I
I'm
can't
not.
wait for you to
I won
Ooh.
by so much.
You're a disgrace to this state. That's what you are.
He's not even
I asked
filming.
you a simple question and
No, she's the one who posted this. She thought it made her
Yeah.
look good.
disgusting.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Try it. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Yep, I sure did.
First thing you're gonna say to me is
In the middle of
Get the
Ulta?
f- out of my face. Now.
Do you think you're a cop? Identify yourself. Give me
It's
your
a
name.
peaceful weekend afternoon going shopping, right? In a post on Facebook, the man in that video said in part that he won't apologize for speaking up or for publicly asking a politician to do her job. Here with her side of the
Based. I mean,
The unedited
why
one
would
is
you
even
post?
better. Yeah.
Oh, is she?
I-
She's
I-
insane. She looks insane. She absolutely looks
She did.
insane.
Not gonna hold you.
I hate how people weaponize a very real thing because it makes it very hard to critique, you know, like it's basically, what am I going to do here? Am I going to mansplain why she wasn't in danger actually, you know, and that's the whole weaponization point. Like the whole point there is like,
Yeah.
you're stuck in a situation where you can't criticize something for its validity because she's like, oh, so you're victim blaming. And then you're like, no. If you told me that you felt frightened in a supermarket, then I would believe the story. I'm not going to say don't believe someone, but if you've posted the video of it and we see it with our own eyes for what it is, then I mean, what are we supposed to do here?
Well, this is somebody who did she not just like a couple of months ago? I'm pretty sure it was Nancy Mace, where she accused somebody of assault, and then people who were there, like multiple witnesses, were like, "No, he shook her hand. He didn't assault her." And then she walked in the next day with like a fucking sling on her arm. I'm pretty sure this was also Nancy Mace.
I didn't mean to laugh.
See, right,
That was
Rebecca? See, you're in a...
It's just the theatrics. Like that moment was very theatrical. It was, she thought that pulling out her phone and recording this person is like, hey, why didn't you, like, I'm a constituent, voted for you. Where's the effort? Where's the work? Like, I think that's supposed to happen. You're in the middle of Ulta. I understand that.
It was a very
But-
nice
Yeah.
interaction.
didn't even record it. Didn't even, like, this seems like somebody who was actually sincere about that. Just say, I'm one of the supporters, people who voted for you, this and that, XYZ. And where were you? Where's the work? And that was offensive to her. So immediately she had to start recording. And how are you going back and forth, cursing out someone, never presented themselves as gay, never said that, but you're prejudiced behind, just wanted to go and say, and just so you know, I have a gay friend.
Yeah, I know.
And she
like-
was in the
so-
skincare aisle, so
Yeah.
just saying.
And she also said that it was because he was wearing Daisy Dukes.
That's a callback.
Those are hoochie
Yeah.
daddy shorts.
No,
Get
Thank
together,
you.
Miss May.
Thank you.
They was in the
Thank
hoochie daddy
you.
for us. They was. That's terrible. But listen, I'm here to talk about, you know, how you trying to change things, and here you are worried about what I look like, you know. And then it was the clapback. The clapback was good, but still,
The way
you
she
voted for this person.
escalated though. Like,
Yeah, it was
she
nice.
kept ramping up, and it was just he's literally just asking, but that's what she wanted to do. She took out her phone because she genuinely wanted to have this viral moment, because she did multiple interviews. It wasn't just Sean Hannity. She went on other interviews. She tweeted about it multiple times. She had the picture of herself. Like it's wild. And sorry, go ahead, Lance.
Well, I was just going to say, if I saw her, I would be yelling that you are a transphobic piece of shit. And then she would have complete fair dues to have a clip of that and be like, this person was like yelling at me. They were being mean, blah, blah, blah. Right. Like this was someone who was like, I'm one of your constituents and I was hoping you'd come to a town hall. It was like the friendliest possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need you to pull up. We need you to show up. We need to see the work. We need to see what you're saying. We didn't vote you in to just become a celebrity or just to become a talking head or to tweet out things. We
yes.
You should be able to be challenged by you should be able to have conversation, be held accountable. It should not turn into this whole thing and the people are coddling her. Of course, Fox News and the right, and we're going to see that, but it didn't make her look good to everyone else, because this is somebody who is on your side, who is a conservative, who is, and here you are showing exactly why they should be holding you accountable. Now, why you voted for this lady in the first place, but you still deserve to be able to hold them accountable. That should not be something that was blown out of proportion in the middle of Ulta. And as you said, Swolesome, in the skincare, it should just never have gone down like that.
It's a skincare show.
Yeah, right. We're giving a lot of skincare vibes on this episode. Wait, Mike, are you frozen?
Yeah, Mike's frozen. I was too much.
It's pretty funny.
It took me a while to notice it too, because I was just like,
you're just listening very intensely.
Yes,
right.
Really hanging on.
Yeah. It's every word.
Mike is pissed. Okay.
That's what Nancy Mace does, though. She does that, and most Republicans do. Like, this is the tactic. This is not just Republicans, but like bigots in general. This is the tactic where they yell their version of the story so much that they just force everybody else to take it on.
Pay attention.
Yeah, like I remember it was and I'm not gonna get into the whole like policing women when they're coming forward with like talking about an assault they experienced, that kind of thing. Like, I'm not gonna go there. But when she was talking to this interviewer who was asking her about this accusation that she had made against this man who allegedly assaulted her, he asked a question, a very astute question. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, but it wasn't victim blaming. It wasn't like trying to erase her experience, anything like that. And she just started yelling, "How dare you try to shame me as a victim?" And over and over and over again. And every time he tried to be like this, I'm just asking, because I think the question was about how she was attacked by a man. So what does that have to do with trans women? And he wanted her to make that connection, which is a very fair question to ask, because she was using it to justify banning trans women from using women's bathrooms. That was her justification. And he's like, okay, but if you were like, aren't men the problem then, if I'm remembering correctly? Like, it was along that line. And she just started yelling, "How dare you try to shame me as a victim?" And that's just what she does. She just yells her story and forces it on everyone.
A made up story at times too. It's like these people want, when they are called out or whatever, or just to have a conversation, it is to be oppressed so bad, right? On the other side of it, wanting, because if you, especially because it's what Karens do, when you yell out these type of things, like, you're hurt, this person is trying to attack me, then everybody will make sure they come and be like, "Oh my God, like, you can't even be safe, you can't even be this, like that's what the narrative will become, instead of what they're actually asking. You're not going to want to answer that question, again, being held accountable, or wanting more clarity on something. They'll never answer it, especially somebody like her. Every time that I've seen her, it's been that issue. Isn't this the same person with the name drop over there on CNN on the panel when they were having that show, and then she didn't want to say the name correctly, and they were effing up her name, and is that the same lady?
I don't think so. Or if it is, I haven't seen that clip. I didn't know about that.
Mace is her last name.
Yeah, Mace.
It is her. It's her.
It is her?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember because she was on the panel. I had to find it to make sure. Huh? Let me see what she looked like.
We should watch that clip, Nancy Mace.
Is it?
I also
Let me
have
see.
another clip of her where
Yes,
she's
it is
reading
her.
hate
This is the
comments.
one. She's the one that claimed. Oh, they got real messy after that one. Even though he should never text her. One of the people on the show that got her together about Miss saying Kamala's name. It was one of them, and they were saying, get it right or something, and I forgot his name, but he texted her something to say, hey, there's no bad blood here, whatever. Hearted it. I think she put it out there and said that I think she said, like, look what he did, like, look how he's coming at me or whatever. She's known for this type of behavior. She's messy in that way. So
It's going to your earlier point, even if you were to take like Nancy Mace out of the conversation, like it's just a common tactic on the right. It seems to constantly just pretend that you are a victim when nothing is like they all want to play oppression simulator. I feel they'll be like, you have no idea what it's like to go out wearing a MAGA hat and be judged for the way you look instead of like the content of your character. You could take the hat off, bro. Anytime you want.
It all makes the very convenient narrative of a common enemy too, right? Like it's because the fine print there is like, these leftists are attacking me. See how dangerous these people are is what it always comes back to. It's like it's in addition to wanting to be oppressed, they really want to rally their base against the imaginary oppressor, which is of course people who are pushing to challenge the systems that keep them in power and give them all their money.
Right.
That was so true and eloquent.
Facts.
Okay.
I feel
so.
like
This is the
it just
video
got
that she
elevated.
shared of herself, and then after we
That's
watched
the
this
lady.
video,
Look, that's her.
Yeah,
that's the one.
She was trying to get sympathy for this video, but the comments, as you're going to see, were not very sympathetic to her. So this is the hate comments that she receives.
So here you go. Listen up. Nancy Mace is a nasty bitch. I would pay money to see Mace get fucking decked in the mouth. Nancy Mace is a literal cunt. Nancy Mace is a cunt. Happy Easter. That's the tweet. Nancy Mace is such a cunt. Useless piece of straight trash. Nancy Mace is a disgusting pig.
This is the hate comments that she receives. I have to go back. 'Cause I'm sorry, this last one is a fucking banger.
This?
Why would you post this about yourself? And like, I could see reading hate comments to be funny.
I gotta
but she's
say,
reading
this
hate
video
comments
is
because
great
she wants sympathy.
This video is a gift to anyone who has a soundboard and needs some good sound drops.
Right.
And she has the perfect
RM
olive
Brown.
and everything.
I just love the Happy Easter. That's the tweet.
Nancy Mace is such a cunt.
Zone?
Yeah.
In fact,
Tweet.
can you send
Nancy
this to me? I
Mace
need
is
to make
such
a
a cunt
soundboard
in
now
the mouth.
specifically because of this video.
It's so funny because look, she's trying to read it like be serious, like, oh my god, I'm such a victim, when this is just fucking hilarious. I'm sorry.
Money to see Mace get fucking decked in the mouth. Nancy Mace is a literal cunt. Nancy Mace is a cunt. Happy Easter. That's the tweet. Nancy Mace is such a cunt. Useless piece of straight trash. Nancy Mace is a disgusting pig bitch. We need to bully this ugly bitch back to the closet she came out of. You're just a lying ass cunt. Nancy Mace, you're a dumb rat. Bitch. You're an absolute bitch. You whore. You're a piece of shit. Nancy Mace is a worthless cunt. You're a horrible excuse for a human.
Like, that's all they
Fuck
call
off,
them.
bitch. I sincerely hope that you and all the Trump people can go where you deserve, and that is straight to hell. Nancy, for someone with the bone structure of a fucking man, you should shut the fuck up sometimes. I want you to shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about you. I hope you have a fucking horrible life. Fuck you, bitch. Step down, you stupid ass white supremacist, racist, homophobic piece of trash. You're a disgrace. You're straight garbage. Nancy dumbass Mace. Heartless bitch. Burn in hell.
I'm dying.
See, I don't get what do these guys want? We're woke is dead, right? And we don't want
right?
weak. We don't want weak.
Look at these
empathetic
comments.
people anymore. Musk already said we don't want weak, empathetic people anymore. Fuck your feelings, right? That was the whole thing. Say what you want. Fuck your feelings. This is what you get. This is what you get. What do you want? What do you want those people to get punished for their free
Free speech is back. right?
Yeah, what do you want? I'm trying to come up with what you want. Like
you're onto
only
something there.
reserved for them. It's only
This is
reserved
exactly
for
what
them.
Yeah, that's
this
at
is
the
exactly
core
what you
of all of
wanted.
this, right?
This you were up there. You were up there calling trans people. You were using the T slur. You were calling them.
She
trannies.
literally called her constituent the T slur to their face at the last town hall.
This is what you want. This is what you want. See,
And then typed it out censored too. She wanted to be all hardcore, and then she was like using the T slur a bunch, and then she added the asterisk. I was like, why are you going halfway with bigotry? What is this, bigotry light? Like, are you trying to be like Hitler Jr.? Like, what's going on? Come on.
She honestly probably did that just so she wouldn't get caught by Elon Musk's little.
Oh, it's allowed. Oh, it's very allowed on the Everything app. It's actually quite encouraged on Twitter. The Everything app. They love their transphobia there.
There's no reason for her to. There's no reason for her to do that. She probably doesn't know, honestly. But like, this is what you guys wanted. This is what you guys wanted. This is the world that you created. You want this shit. You want people to fucking be able to say what they want.
They want it.
They
want
it.
what
scream at each other 24/7.
This is what you get now.
So I dropped in the chat if you want to roll that one since y'all haven't seen it. Her on CNN mispronouncing Kamala's name and saying she could say how
I want to see this clip. I've never seen it.
And it was like last year August, I believe, somewhere around that time. But I dropped it in the private chat.
I don't know if I saw it, but let me.
Kamala's
you almost got it.
name any way that I want to.
No, but you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name. That's a refusal to acknowledge her humanity.
If
I purposely mispronounced your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies are Joe Biden's policies. She owns it.
You're normalizing that kind of viciousness, man.
33 times. She was the
deciding
vote on Joe Biden's bill.
We know that
times the deciding vote on Joe Biden's bills in the Senate.
She has to own them because she was his vice president. However, we all know that the vice president is not setting the policies. The president is.
And that's why she
should come out and tell the American public what she thinks about the issues, because the American public is craving to know, is she going to pivot? Does she agree with what she said 4 years ago or not? Especially for people who haven't made up their mind.
Kamala.
So I'll start with this. You see how she started saying her name correctly? She mispronounced it on purpose.
Right.
When they got on her, it was the whole thing. So the problem with this is, I forget and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank for the man that's sitting, the black man that's sitting next to her. He,
Dyson.
I don't know why
Eric
he
Dyson.
did this. Yes, Eric. I don't know why he did this, but he sent her a text message. Hey, we good. Basically, we all good. Da, da, da. And she wrote back, no problem. Like, thanks. Okay, there's no problem here. They squashed it, whatever. And she screenshot, took it and said, look at him. Look how he's writing me. This is inappropriate for people to reach out to me in this way. Why would she literally flipped it? Yes. And first of all, of course, the first thing I thought of, why would you do that, Eric? Why would you even send her any type of mess? Like, why would you do that? But to see how these people always want to be oppressed. She looks for these moments and to flip them. This is literally how she behaves. So when I heard you guys, talking about her and what she did before and how she acted at the altar, what we just seen, this has been something that tracks for her.
Rebecca, there's a video of that. The text you put up, there's a video of her that she shared on her official house.gov website, sharing the text that he sent to her. I can play it right now. She put it on her official government website. I'm not making this up.
Oh my god.
Let me pull it in.
But Binder's totally right. Like you can't weaponize the very things that you and the majority of people in that sphere are just trying to say, like, you're always trying to cancel us for identity politics, and you're always trying to blah blah blah. You can't just flip that around and be like, I was unfairly assaulted by this man with his words when he tried to correct me. How dare a black man correct a white woman in this day and age?
And then, and then hit you up like, oh, we good? I'm good with you. You good with me? Now, why he was texting her, I don't know. I don't like the way he was texting her either, but she flipped it. She was like engaging in the text message too. She hearted something from him. He hearted something from her. She removed the heart. He still had it on his side. She removed it when she started doing the screenshots and stuff when she was sharing that. She deleted some text messages, allegedly, things of that sort. So that was the problem. She really planned this out. So she's very strategic in making sure she flips all of the moments that she's involved in.
Some people use white woman tears as a tactic. Some people, it's a lifestyle. Very
yeah,
committed.
no shit, right?
Very committed.
So this
lady
is
put it
okay.
on
So
her
this is
website.
September. Okay, so I guess she's gonna talk about the tweet here. I do have Michael's response too.
Or a camel. So I don't want to hear it. It's fake outrage. I would like to also enter into the record a screenshot of a text message I received from the esteemed professor from Vanderbilt, Michael Eric Dyson, after my CNN interview, begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
Without
then
objection.
the guy says I'm gorgeous in all these photos. I don't think he's that bent out of shape on how anyone pronounces Kamala. And if we're going to have that standard, you got to hold it to both.
Oh, she went there.
It
oh
was,
my
but
God.
This was cringy for everybody involved.
I thought it was what Rebecca said, where like, you know, we're good. Like a
Oh yeah, I did not see it going there.
I didn't know he was sending kissy faces and photos.
It was all bad, guys. This makes it work. It was all bad. But before you play this, I will say, literally, I've seen people take pictures with the ops all the time when they do anything with them. Now, why she responded and liked and sent hearts back. She deleted her portions and did whatever else, you know, and sent out these messages.
But also, how are these two things correlated? How are they connected? Like, if someone is saying out loud, like, hey, by the way, you're mispronouncing someone's name intentionally, that's really rude. Don't do that. You wouldn't do that to a white politician. Why are you doing it now? And also, we took a photo together. How are those two things in any way related?
There's nothing wrong with photos together.
And I said, now,
nothing wrong with that.
why would you rep this white woman and tell her we look good? It's getting crazy, Mary, man. But that was none of my business after that. Like, it was just, but let's see what that black man said.
I got no problem. Listen, I got no problem with like what you originally said either. Like, you know, sometimes you're on these shows with these people. You want to at least have a cordial sort of personal relationship with them if you're going to be seeing them every fucking week in the CNN studio. So I totally get wanting to be on like good terms in that sense. But don't be sending hearts and kissy faces.
But they both.
I know, I'm too white to criticize it, but I just gotta say,
it's crazy because I was just simply, I thought it was inappropriate for the texting and the style of the texting. However, outside of that, here she is. She was writing back. Y'all got each other's number already. Anyway,
yeah, that in and of itself is weird.
You see it all. So I'm like, so you're trying to play and all this other stuff. If you were that worried or felt like here he is trying to, but you were writing back. So now you're being, again, she's being strategic. She knew she could use this moment, flip it, and do what she does.
But you can't play the "he wants me" card in the same sentence that you're saying I shouldn't have to correct how I pronounce black people's names. Like like those are two separate things, right? Like she's trying to change the whole thing into
true.
Was it wrong of him to hit on me at this moment in time? Like,
you just shouldn't be like, at the very least, like, first of all, you shouldn't be having these sort of conversations with anybody, but you definitely should not be giving people like this any sort of ammo whatsoever. Like, you gotta be like completely out of touch to think that she wouldn't have used, like, again, if it was just a cordial friendly coworker type thing, like, I just wanted to reach out to you and say we're on good terms after what happened. Don't worry about it. That's fine. I get that. But you can't give them any ammo that makes it that would even be construed as something inappropriate, regardless of whether it was inappropriate or not.
I agree.
And don't tuck yourself to them. Don't over apologize.
Because they're going to use it against you in some way, shape, or form. They are going to use it against you. Take your little picture and go. I understand, like, you didn't have to do anything else. Now we can watch the response. I found it cringy too. But the thing is, if you know who Michael Eric Dyson is, he's somebody who can poetically put together things, kind of like Zaid, but poetically put together things always, especially for the Black community, and give us great talking points, powerful moments, especially for Black folks. So we love, especially in education as well. So we love that. Now in this,
I'm gonna take your word for it because we look good together. It doesn't sound like his best work.
For Black folks, he's like a pillar for us. And so when I saw that, that just wasn't the best. But you could play that, Mike.
All right. So without further ado, this is Michael Eric Dyson's response to Nankai Maki. That's how you pronounce her name. I can pronounce it however I want to.
Michael Eric Dyson here. Just want to clear something up. A vicious untruth and rumor that's being spread by Congresswoman Nancy Mace claiming I was trying to hit on her. So I'm trying to figure this out. So this is our complete text exchange that she says proves I was trying to hit on her. We were on CNN together. She was vicious. She was nasty. She refused to call Kamala Harris by her right name. We had a bitter exchange about that. She claims in the interview that I called her racist when I went out of my way to say she wasn't a racist. I said, you're a wonderful woman. But let me say this to you, because I know you probably didn't understand this or mean it. But when you call Kamala Harris out of her name, that is perpetuating a legacy of inequality and of white subordination.
Like I was like, this is a very
people.
Eloquent response.
Oh, so you call me a racist? No, I didn't. So she's looking for some reason to try to exploit the situation.
I know that still isn't convincing.
I sent her. Abby Phillip, the host of the show, suggested we take pictures. I said, let's take a picture. She said, Abby said, when you post it, then tag me too, and then we'll have fun. Because the whole point was two bipolar opposites. Michael Eric Dyson on one side, Nancy Mace on the other.
That's not the
so
terminology.
I sent her and she said, great pick. And I said, don't tell anybody. We look good together, with a laughing face and a kissy face. And my point was, don't tell anybody, because we are bipolar opposites.
I feel like he's on trial right now between Matt and Rebecca.
I'm on the other side of the spectrum. And she said, ha, 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 ha. And I said, well, your gorgeousness makes the photo, so there's that. A little smiley face. Again.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. I'm against him now. I'm against him.
Oh no, we lost Mike. No, man, it's you and me. We're gonna be the final remaining vote.
He said, "Your gorgeousness makes the photo."
But
guilty.
She said something to how he looked first. Now we got to remember that it's all cringy. And I was like, my gosh, please delete this video. You should have never said nothing. But
why do older people talk like this online? I've noticed this is a thing specifically with a certain age group. They talk to each other so inappropriately. They send hearts and kissy faces. They have no idea what that actually means. I think that's part of it too. But like, it's also like, I don't even send hearts and kissy face emojis to my wife. That shit's corny as fuck.
Well, you're right. My mom, her Haitian behind, she sends every emoji. I'm like, lady, did you just flick me off? Like she doesn't know. She's just using everything or whatever. She thinks everything is great. But in this particular case, I do think she was wrong. She, of course, deleted her exchange and how he was replying to her. He thought it was all cute and sweet because she said, great pic. This is great. He said, we look good together. She ended up saying something about how he looked. He replied back how she looked. And I think all of it was very inappropriate. I do, especially because you did like, that was inappropriate. This lady is the ops. She sat there and mispronounced Kamala's name on purpose, stood 10 toes down on it. You should have kept it at great pic. You should have thumbs up that. We already know when somebody sends you a thumbs up, it could be very rude, right? It could be whatever. You should have sent the thumbs up and went on your way. This was a terror to me. She made it this big. Of course, again, strategically.
Like you're saying, it gave her ammo, right? That's the biggest thing here is that you gave a horrible person the weapon and ammunition that they needed.
Give me a little bit, and I will use that.
Yeah,
and I will make the world of this. I will make sure I strategically. She sat there in the middle of them and said, pulled up a photo, deleted her portions, deleted her stuff, and then pulled up as if it was just him engaging in this conversation alone. But it was, it was back and forth. Even though I believe it was all inappropriate, it still she did drag it like she does everything else. And I think
Yeah.
that is what the problem is. People see that about her and still think that, you know, no, I don't think they still think, of course, she represents a side that will still support her. And even through all this ridiculousness, now there are people who are cracking at the seams. I mean, they holding her up in Ulta. Okay. Her own is like holding her up, checking her. So, but will that stop her from, you know, being voted back in on this, you know, this next term or whatever? I'm not sure.
People
But-
really need to understand that
person.
like these people will use anything. Like I went on Tim Pool's show. I went to the compound, and it was very obvious to me that, you know, I'm going to be cordial. They're inviting me to his home, like it's his house. He lives there. You know, regardless of whatever I think of him as a person, there's certain just. Being a good person means you treat someone cordially if you're in a certain situation. And that's what I did. Everyone there while I was there was very nice to me. They had someone pick me up from the station. They had a great conversation with the
You
guy.
texted him
who
about
picked me
how
up.
beautiful his beanie was afterwards.
No, but seriously, but I was.
We look great together,
Tim.
Tim.
But I was very aware. I even took a picture with him.
Eggplant emoji.
But I was very aware
You light up the
of
photo.
exactly where I was, and it's just basically like I'll treat you with like a common courtesy that like you would show a person, but like I'm not gonna like, you know, like he wanted me to like pick up his Civil War era gun that he had, and I was like, no, thank you. And what did they take out of that? Apparently, on a future episode, he was talking about how he had a lefty at his house who was too afraid to touch his rifle because he was afraid of guns. Dude was probably talking about me, but the reason I wanted to pick up a Civil War gun is because I didn't want to be responsible if that old ass fucking shit fell apart in my hands.
Or don't get your prints on another dude's weapon. It's like completely bad shit.
Altogether, I was very like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You were very aware. You were protecting yourself. You were doing what like.
And because I didn't give them anything, what happens? The lady who booked me, months and months later, she was pissed at me for something I said on Twitter that wasn't about Tim Pool or them at all, just like a political thing. And she started telling people have no idea, but Matt Binder is super short. Dude's got to be like 5'4", and it's like that's not a secret. I tell everyone I'm really short. Like that's what they had to take out of personally meeting me.
You give tall man
my
energy
height
here.
Like I've got no problem with how tall I am.
It's okay, Matt, but you do give the tall energy here. You give tall 6'5".
People think I'm tall.
It's the short king energy that's been translated into pure confidence.
I always thought I gave short person energy because it's totally like the Napoleon complex.
Not me having you say you thought.
No, Napoleon's different. Napoleon complex is totally different energy. Yeah, no, it's not a confident energy. You have a confident energy about you.
It's Matt.
I was like shocked.
I thought I gave short person energy. Matt, please. Okay.
I really did. Tall people don't act like this. Tall people usually act super like laid back from my experience.
Are you not that?
I'm not laid back, am I?
No, he's so jacked up on caffeine all day.
Yeah, I'm fucking 24/7 like I've been pounding Monster Energy drinks or some shit.
Somebody said I thought he was tall. Somebody said I thought he was tall, but rise up, short king.
No,
okay?
but like that was like my point to bring that up was like I didn't even give them anything. And they still tried to use something that they thought was not known by the broader public against me for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, but like it was
bullies.
It's not.
They
a
attack
thing.
and they like as soon as you just simple things. You show up, you do what you're supposed to do, and you're still aware. You're the ops. Like you are. Me and you are not on the same side. So I'm going to respect you enough, which is what they don't do. Immediately they're going to disrespect. And as you know. Well, you had no reason to go and disrespect them, but you were still protecting yourself. But that's what they do. They will flip that and say, you know, look at this person. They didn't want to engage. They didn't want to do anything. And that's exactly how leftists are, how, you know, these people are. They'll choose anything to attack, and people will eat it up. People on that side will eat it up, repost, and start to attack and bully. I think that's, you know, it's never anything. There are more serious issues for these people to talk about, but they will hone in on that particular thing. And y'all got, like, how are y'all helping your constituents? How are you helping anybody? How are y'all on these podcasts acting like this is the main issue when y'all have so many other things to talk about? But that's that side. And
you know what's always shocked me about right wingers is I have had conversations met and been in person. Like I also went to the compound with a lot of like right wing pundits and celebrities, and they turn it off when the cameras are off. Like Matt, I don't know if you were invited. I was not. I want to be clear. I was never invited for sushi with the boys or poker with the boys.
I wasn't.
But
no.
I preface with that because like I don't like you. I don't want to hang out with you or be your friend. I don't want to like have the like, you know, the lights turn off and then all of a sudden like ew like it's actually like to me a badge of honor if a Nazi hates me, right? Like I
would have accepted. I would have accepted sushi with the boys. Because I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've ever turned down a free meal. So I would have absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to eat.
Okay, well that's different. That's economics, all right? Like
I can't. No, I'll starve before eating with my enemies because I don't know if you poison my stuff. I don't know if you're trying to kill me.
I love Rebecca because she's the only one that has the same thoughts that I have about like
the same
well,
fears.
They poisoned me.
Right.
You gotta look
no, I'm with Matt. I'd be like, yeah,
not doing
I
it.
don't trust him.
I would have been like, listen, if he made
even
the
at a
sushi,
minimum, just dirty
I
food
wouldn't
prep.
have had
Like,
it.
oh god.
But if we went to like a sushi restaurant, I would have been absolutely. I would have been like, you paying? Oh, I'll take the all-you-can-eat buffet. Excuse me.
And then he in the back, like, make sure you spit in the sushi, and we'll call that. Well, you know, that's a special sauce, right? Make sure you do all the things. Put a little roach in there. It's you eating just fine. No, not to eat with the ops, my friend. No. But it's like when that's why I turn down those type of shows these days. I would not. They've reached out to me. A whole bunch of shows have reached out to me to be the black person talking about Kamala Harris or what's happening, you know, whatever black issues. And I don't like that because when I'll get on, I never know who I'm going to be with until the day of or whatever, especially when I was on the Hill, the Rising and stuff like that, or these other shows. You'll get on and then it'll be some white person you never heard of in your life, me, as far as me, because I tell you all the time, I don't be in the white circles. But then I get in there and then I'm speaking to people and they'll be talking to me. We'll be going at it. They like, and I just am like, this is really taking my energy from me because these people are talking about things and their points are useless. Nothing is sticking. I'm here arguing with all of these people for no reason. And then at the end of it, they're like, all right, guys, Rebecca, so nice to meet you. We got to do this again. And I'm like, you ain't never going to find me. You're never going to find me. Because it was becoming draining because I'm going back and forth. I'm debating with these people. I'm getting a little angry. I didn't know that this would be the conversation. This is where the conversation would steer. And I can't do it anymore.
If you're on these shows and you have to debate your own humanity or debate why you should have like basic rights, I'm sorry, like
right?
That's a line that shouldn't be crossed. These things aren't debatable. So that like it's insulting. Like for me, I would not like debate. Like I've had offers to like, oh, do you want to debate like, you know, not gay marriage, but like different LGBTQ issues? Like, no, they're not debatable to me.
Yeah.
No,
and then you're talking. I think the first time I was talking about Title 42. Clearly, just clear the facts, what's going on, and then I'm Haitian, so it was, you know, and they were just like, well, this I forgot what it was, but I know I was going in. What they liked about that the most, because this is how they use. Well, Rebecca, a lefty, which I just consider myself a person on the right side of things, and now I'm talking about conservative side. But they'll be like, you know, okay, well, Rebecca, who she said, I mean, she was going against Biden, so that makes no. I'm gonna go against anybody. It's not the person. If their policy is wrong, I get to talk about that. If what they're doing is wrong, we should be able to talk about that. We should be able to hold them accountable. Don't use that as a point to be like,
the team sports.
The black girl, the black Haitian girl said this about Biden, so he's terrible and used. No, I don't care who it was, where they stand, what color they're wearing, whatever. If wrong is wrong, then wrong is wrong. But they will use those moments just to flip it and use it for, you know, oh, well, if Rebecca says this about Biden or if Olay says this or whatever, then it's you know, must be something wrong. They're you know, Dems are getting it wrong. And it's like, no, people, we're talking about people here. Y'all forget that people should be the center of the conversation. How they're being affected should be the center of conversation, but it ain't about that. So
it really betrays how little they face in the way of like actual oppression, like this ability to like turn it on and then turn it off and like just suddenly it's just there's no emotional labor on their part. It's so easy to just show up and have that conversation. This is just another work day. It's just another paycheck. Who cares? And at this and like expanding on that, the fact that it's getting those sound bites, and you know, because you said this person is now bad, that too, like, I totally lost my train of thought because I had a very long day. But like, it was really
I was like, you were crushing it up until that.
Like, you were
had a
pushing.
really good point. Really good point.
But you're
I hate when that happens.
No, but it was you're right though. That's what they do. They have the ability to turn it on
Lack of
and
values.
off.
That's what it was. It was
What was
just,
it?
Right,
Oh, just total lack of values. That it's like it's
Yes.
feeding into this. It's feeding into this us and them, the team sports. You know, the content creation. They want
And
content,
they don't care
that's what
either
they're after.
way.
They don't
Exactly.
care. It's not real. It is not
Mhm.
real to them. It is just another paycheck, and they're able to do that because they exist in this position where they never have to worry about anything. They're not going to lose everything if they fuck up. It's just not going to happen, and it's just
true.
ugh.
Yeah.
I hate that. And you know, and I've seen this too, where you think people are on your side of things, and then they'll be the ones to turn on you. I've seen TYT do this very often, invite people on, and then turn on them live,
did that to
right in the
Olay,
middle of
yeah.
conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I remember for policing or something, you know, Jink did that to Olay, but Olay, of course, my girl always she stands her
That was a
ground.
bad
She don't
decision.
mentor.
Yeah.
She ate him up, and
Well,
he.
yeah.
But it was the fact that he was so upset, turning red in the face because she made a point where it was ratioed on Twitter. He didn't like it. The fact that so many more people were saying, well, you know what, Ola, that's a great point. And oh, honey, he was mad. But your point on policing when it comes to Black people, you know, you tried it, okay? You were saying that Black people need to comply or something of the sort, and that was not like, are you serious? Because statistically, that's not the case. Police officers are wrong. They're murdering Black people for no reason, and it doesn't matter. That should not be the hill that he was dying on. And he went on, like, he brought her on. She thought it was going to be a regular conversation and was blindsided. So that's why I also say no to going on platforms that I maybe don't recognize, or because you never know how they'll flip it on you, even though they're supposed to be on your side of things or whatever.
Rebecca, you just reminded me of a story that I haven't been able to tell yet. I was on a power panel on TYT, and Jank did that to me, and you'll never guess what for Matt fucking Gates. So I'm so proud. It's a matter of public record. Yeah, where I was bringing up, I was like, yeah, you know, that the disgusting blah, 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 you know, alleged true, blah, blah, blah. And he did one of those, Lance, just to be completely fair, all right, apparently they're going to be dropping the case, and at this point, there's nothing to confirm that he, in fact, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I went silent because it's their show. I was just a guest. I'm not going to, like, debate you right now in the middle of that. But man, I was vindicated on Matt fucking Gates.
Wow.
That's a bad
That's
hill.
quite the hill to die on.
Yeah, that's a bad hill.
Yeah.
Wow. Look who's laughing now, Lance.
Yeah, I know. Ho ho! I'm so pure.
Wow. I did not know this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, should we get to super
Yes.
chats? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, before we do that, Swolesome, Finn, you are welcome to stay as long as you want. Some guests do, some guests don't stay past this point. But if you do plan to leave, or if you plan to stay, just tell everybody who's going to hang with us where to find you, what you do, and how we can support you.
Sure, yeah. So my channel is Swolesome, or at Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's kind of slow right now, so I'm sorry. I do have some stuff coming up pretty soon. But I'm in school at the moment, so like I just kind of yeah. So I'm focusing on that. I've got my
As you
placement for the
should.
summer and everything. Yeah,
Education is good.
Yes,
know
it
that.
is. Yeah, and I'm that old ass returning student, so that's fun.
That's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm also on Blue Sky. I rant about politics, particularly Canadian politics. Lance, we didn't get to go off about Canadian politics, but
yeah, I know. I was like, oh well, this is the last
I
show
heard
before the
the
election.
accent.
Surely we'll speak a little bit about Canadian politics, but
I heard
Canadians
the
go
accent. I
vote.
said, that, Lance, that's your people. Like, 'cause you guys both have similar accents. So,
it's
yeah.
true.
Shockingly, I'm also Bahamian. It doesn't show and it doesn't come through in my voice whatsoever. I'm actually kind
Really?
of glad that Olay isn't here because she is. When I first saw her, like, she was taking down people about just the ridiculousness of just shitty cis people wanting to misgender and dead name Elliot Page, and just seeing this like amazing, like beautiful Black Bahamian woman just speaking up for trans people in that way as like a trans Bahamian was like, I wouldn't be able to talk if she were here.
Oh,
so-
my camera.
Wow.
She
I'm 100% sending that to her. She's gonna love that.
No, she said so many great things about you, for sure.
No, she's so rad. But yeah, I got sidetracked. Canadian politics, yes. Canadians, please go vote. And yeah, if you like, you know, me and you want to see what I do, I talk about masculinity and queer stuff and feelings a lot over on my channel. So sometimes comic books. So you can find that over
Nice.
there. But yeah, I'll probably bounce because I had a very long day and I'm gonna
No, go get your
hit
rest.
the hay.
Totally understand. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you all so much for having me. This was awesome. So,
Love
yeah.
you.
Thanks for
That
coming.
was so much fun.
That was great to have you on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye,
You
everybody.
take care,
Bye,
Finn.
Finn.
Bye.
Yeah, that dude rocks.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was great.
Yes.
Okay, Rebecca, did you want to read your super comments or super comments?
Oh
What the
yes,
fuck is it
yeah.
called?
Look, let me pull them up.
What is it called?
Thank you.
What is?
The
Oh my
super
god,
chat.
super chats. What is wrong with me? Like
There's
super
something in
called?
the
Is that
air
what you were
tonight. This was a chaotic evening.
This was. I don't
My
think we talked about
brain is
anything that was
broken.
actually newsy. We were like talking about shit from like.
We were talking about skin.
We were
Yeah, we were talking about cream.
it's because I came on and I brought chaos.
Oh,
The
Rebecca, it
Pope
was so
died,
chaotic
and we
the
didn't
whole
even
show.
talk about it.
Yeah, that's also true.
There's been a lot.
I-
We haven't caught up for
wait.
a couple of weeks though.
But before you
It's
start,
true.
Rebecca, I totally forgot to say this. As here's as a white person experience, I adored Dave Chappelle. I was obsessed with his like stand-up specials and his comedy, and he had a sketch in one of his comedy specials about, and I didn't know this until he did it, about how it was about a white family and a black family switching husbands and wives and being absolutely revolted to find out that white people, the entire family, uses the same bar of soap. I was like, wait, what?
There's a whole thing about this subject on TikTok, and I watched like they were like clips of a lot of people who do podcasts from different ends of the earth, child. And they're women who talk about you don't need to wash your hands after you come from the bathroom.
Wait,
Like I'll go.
Oh.
She literally was, and then her friend was like, yeah, I don't use them anyway. So she talks about how she walks into the bathroom, runs the water, and listen, just a waste of time. Runs the water and acts like she's washing her hands, but just going around the water, and then shuts it off and walks out, and then go on about her business. And then like there was like a whole like somebody put all the clips together of people on podcasts or people on TikTok talking about, there are people saying you shouldn't wash your skin because this is what happens to it. You shouldn't, like it's
Oh
white
no.
people. It's a lot of white people.
no.
I know.
No.
I remember my friend next door growing up, her mom used to say, "It's Tuesday." You know what that means. And we wasn't like babies. Like we were like at least 8, 9. Like, it's Tuesday. You know what that means. Bath time. Bath time.
Oh my god.
So Tuesdays and Thursdays is for baths.
I'm sorry. Something is wrong with white people. We have to get it together. Okay, we need to have a
Hey,
meeting.
hashtag not all white people. It shocked me to learn the soap thing, okay?
Not all. Because there were people on their thing.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't raised like that. So I guess it's just how you're raised. But I remember watching this love show. It was like a relationship show way back in the day, around the days of Flavor of Love. It was a random show with the mom and their child. No, it was not a love show. It was a mom and daughter show, whatever. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember there was black family, black mom and daughter, white mom and daughter. And the white mom and daughter they didn't take shower for days. And then one day they decided to. And the black mom said, so y'all not gonna take showers? They were like, who takes showers every day? I'm not taking a shower. I'm like, not doing that. And they were just like, so it's been 3, we got here on this day, and I never seen you hit the water. Like, who takes shower? The white people were so offended that they said to take a shower. Offended.
Wow.
I said no.
Oh my god. I'm just remembering. Rebecca wasn't here when we talked about that white guy dancer in CPC, Lance.
Oh, we should show her. Yeah.
Oh my god, Rebecca.
You gotta see it. You gotta watch
She
it.
has to see this.
I think I
Oh,
see
You have the
gosh.
link, Lance. I should have saved the link.
Like,
Where?
You have
Oh,
to see
man.
this.
People are gonna say that we've been calling
It's
for
a
white
new
genocide
level
or
of
something
white people
soon
dancing.
because
That's
yeah,
what I
I know
think.
we're just going way too hard.
I know. I'm like, I don't
all
want to go hard
I
on the
could
white
do
folks.
is sit here and smile because
because
I got
Matt's
nothing to
like, that's
say.
me. That's me. She talk about.
All right, it's in the chat.
I will
Okay,
say I will
okay.
say my kids do take daily regular showers.
As they
That
should.
is, you gotta
Because I
you,
feel
for the
like at
for
a-
the kids you gotta get the
Because
get
at
it
a
in their
certain
system,
age,
yeah.
you know, the pee
They'll
is
get
no
sick
longer
less
like little
often.
apple juice. It's acidic. The kids out here, y'all gotta
They
take
gotta get
showers.
cleaned. Yeah, they gotta get
Okay.
cleaned.
What I choose to do to myself is my own business, but my kids are taken care of.
And you're right as a white man. Oh, so just
this is
quick 2 seconds.
PPC.
Yeah. This is the far right political party in Canada. So we're talking far right. We're talking like the Nazi party essentially. This is where you will see. I would say maybe the contender for the whitest dancing of the year. Maybe
Yeah.
the century.
Please, guys. This is,
I feel like it's so white it could rip a hole in the space-time continuum.
Let
Like
me
it's
see, 'cause
almost
I
should be
think
illegal.
dancing with the-
It's blinding to look upon.
I'm not.
Let's just say that.
Even gonna be. I'm not even gonna be watching the clip. My eyes are gonna be directly focused on Rebecca for her reaction.
No, I'm just gonna see. It may not be that bad. 'Cause I've seen some crazy stuff. Let me see.
Okay.
And you got to let it ramp up. All right? It takes a while to get
Yeah.
there.
No.
I love it goes from God to I guess a C.
Why are people not appalled? Around, why are they acting just as normal?
And why is no one doing anything? Why is no one
No,
putting
everybody's
a
just
fire
doing
alarm?
normal dancing. Like something's
Right.
happening here. Something's off.
Nobody's
He's
batting
throwing
an
up
eye.
White gang. It's white gang sign. It's white gang sign. It's really. What is this? Who teaches like what? How do they really?
Oh, this can't be taught. This is au naturel. You know,
This
you have to
just
be.
comes like. Why?
No, you're born.
is
You
it-
got to be born with this. Come on, you know.
Why is that the first moves that they make? Like I see this type of stuff. Like, is this what they're? What are they? What's the sound that makes them do? Like, what is it?
I'm just so there's. Yeah, we spent like so much time on this last time we talked about it. I'm still confused.
Well, I love that it goes from the gun to like, oh, maybe, I think it's PPC. I think he's trying to do a P and then a C. That's got to be it.
It's giving. Look,
okay.
you know how when you tell your kids, you know, you'll be sitting around. I ain't got no kids, so I don't know this, but the people with children mate. But you're just sitting around, and then the kid comes, "Mom, look what I can do," and it's just like, go sit down somewhere, because you're just like, what is it? What is it? Y'all could have kept that one because this ain't. This is drugs.
Much.
This is drugs.
Get it out
sorry,
of
we had to see
here.
this, Rebecca.
Yeah, we can. All right, today was a pretty rough day for white folk, and I gotta
I'm
be honest,
sorry.
we're gonna
I didn't
have
mean
to
come on.
we're
Yeah.
gonna have to have some. We need like a John Brown, all right.
Listen.
We need an actual white savior
Yeah.
to come along to just bring things back.
For the record, I know white people. I have white friends. I'm not racist against white people. Okay?
That's true. That's true. You slept with
Yeah.
white men. Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy white food.
Exactly.
You do enjoy white
I
food.
love white
You know.
food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you're a white racist.
Thank you.
What is
Maxwell.
white? What is white food?
What's white anything?
Okay, quickly name me one white
Slice of
food.
bread, a slice of Wonder Bread.
Name one white food right now.
Mayonnaise.
I don't know. Mayonnaise.
Oh, KO. Mike wins. Yeah. You got served,
there's
Rebecca.
There's various ethnic foods.
It's gonna turn out to be like if I look it up, was it invented by like someone in China or something?
There are foods that are attached to certain ethnicities that are white, but I can't think of anything that I attach to.
Well, that's the whole point. You're doing a 302 level thing. That's why when people are like, you can't be racist towards white people.
Why you coming for white people? You see, now I'm doing a little bit much.
I don't have any sort of affinity for white people. Like I'm white, but I'm not like out there going, my people. I'm not.
Salad. That's 1,000% white people food. Yeah.
Wait, that's mayonnaise based, isn't it?
I do really.
It all goes back to mayonnaise.
I'm not gonna hold you guys. There is a salad, and it's at Publix. I don't know if you got Publix over there, Lance, but there's a salad.
What's Publix? Is it potato salad?
Oh no, Publix
macaroni salad. It's a mayonnaise-based salad. I must try it.
No, it's not. Publix is a grocery store, and they sell the quality food, right? Allegedly, and they have this salad. And y'all see, I don't want to say this on the White Show because
you got to say it on the White Show.
I have this love for this cranberry chicken salad. And I love it on a croissant, and they sell it. It's like a cranberry chicken salad.
So it's like Thanksgiving in a meal.
So Rebecca, welcome to the club.
And I didn't like that. I loved it so much, and I said, when I ate it, I felt like I was hurting some black ancestor. Every bite, I was like, "Oh, this is so good," and I'm like, "Oh my god! Like, what am I? There's no seasoning on this, but it's so delicious." And I eat it.
She took one bite.
I never take it home. I have to like sit there in the parking lot and eat it there, and I can't take it home because I feel like I have shame on me. So, but it's so delicious.
She took one bite and she thought. She took one bite and she thought to herself, maybe the Confederacy really was about state rights.
Turned you into a white supremacist.
You know what? A little sprinkle of white supremacy.
She got herself saying "Oakley dokley" later.
I felt like I was, some strands in my hair was turning blind. I was, I felt like, it was morphing. I had to, it's crazy. But no, I do. Publix does have it, and I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy that. It's good to me, but.
I hate cranberries, so I will never try it. But I'm happy you won't
hate
like it.
Cranberries? No.
I hate cranberries. Yeah.
Like
cranberry
in real
juice?
life, cranberries is not a thing for me.
I like cranberry juice.
Sandwich.
Okay.
It's amazing, but like I use it as garnish for like holiday drinks or whatever. But
wait, cranberry pie, Mike? You hate cranberry pie?
I don't think I've had cranberry pie.
That sounds really white.
Have you had cranberry pie with mayonnaise?
Rebecca, to be fair, you did
the ultimate white dinner.
You did just say you used
sprinkle a little mayonnaise.
Garnish.
For garnish. Yes.
So that's not like for holiday drinks. Yes. Like I do the little, with the little glitter and
you gotta get bougie for the holidays with your drinks.
Yeah. I learned it from TikTok. So yeah. So anywho,
I can't think of I can't just the imagery of like a nice like holiday drink or like a vacation like drink just automatically gives me the envision of like white women sitting around for brunch. So I can't, even that is like even that's for me. Yes.
I will say I was in a very strong white woman phase during the pumpkin spice craze. Like I was buying pumpkin everything.
Pumpkin
not
spice.
You too.
Pumpkin coffee creamer, pumpkin bread. I
never got it.
I was baking pumpkin bread. I'm out of it now. I'm sick of pumpkin stuff. I think I just leaned in too hard for it, into it. But yeah, that was like my white woman phase for sure. Pumpkin, like circa 2014, 2015.
Okay, yeah, that was a phase. The long sweaters and then everything pumpkin.
I would have rocked UGG boots if I was, I was headed in that direction,
Yeah,
UGG boots.
And you have an adorable little dog too.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the white folks. We love you. Well,
all the white bashing. Yes, we're not racist towards white people.
Love you, mean it. Still gonna call you out on my shows, but would still love you absolutely every
Just
single
kidding.
time.
Fuck all white people.
No,
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
no, we love. Look, this show loves white people.
Rebecca's about to take a screenshot of my little square above her little square, and she's gonna message it to me via DM and say, "Don't we look good together?"
Don't we look good together?
with a heart emoji.
And then I gotta come out and be like, with my man, like, you better say something. Well, I was just saying that. You see, then I gotta come out with an apology, like Shannon Sharp. It gets crazy. It gets crazy. So,
well,
all
Matt
right.
would weaponize that.
Well, listen,
yeah, I'm
just for
pretty
anyone
sure.
who's offended, comedy is legal again. We can make fun of white people. Okay, we can do what we want. Okay.
And honestly, yeah, at the core of all this, people should realize making fun of whiteness is not a bad thing because it's all about a hierarchical system of oppression. If we were saying like ripping into like Irish people for an hour and being like super prejudiced towards Irish people, I would be like, yeah, what the fuck? What was the point of this podcast? Like, what's wrong with all of you? But just whiteness is a trend. Like that's why, like Matt's right. What is white food? When you ask that question, when you're like, are you talking about French food, German food? Are you talking, like what kind of cuisine are you talking about? Spanish? Is Spanish? Wait, Spanish is a little too much. Not Italian. They weren't white at the time, okay? And then they became white. But for a time, Italians were not white. So yeah,
they didn't think they were white.
I agree with you for the most part, Lance, but I'm still gonna make fun of Irish people because I like saying things like, "Oh, they after me Lucky Charms."
Oh, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. You guys are going too far. White people, white on white crime is not right.
Well, no, he's half Italian, so he's technically a person of color, right? Like that's how that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reaching
This
with
is Italian racism. This is the Italian discrimination.
And we won't stand for any Italian racism on this show.
You know how many times people point out how I pronounce words because of the New York Italian in me? The most annoying one, because I pronounce it correctly, everyone else pronounces it wrong, is fucking, it is the character, the famous Nintendo character, his name is Mario, okay? It's not Mario.
You're one of those.
It is Mario.
You're one of those
Mario.
Who's
Mario, okay?
How do you say mature?
It's Mario and Luigi, all right?
How do you say mature?
Hey, you can do that accent. I can't. I'm not getting
mature?
canceled today. Fuck no. I don't stand by his racism. By the way, I can condemn Matt right now.
I condemn.
Yeah.
It's Mario.
You gotta say
okay?
Yeah, I'm not getting clipped. I'm not getting clipped when he's going on a racist tirade towards Italians.
I'm gonna let the white folks
really
do what
spicy.
they do best.
Sorry, Rebecca, read your super chats.
Because you guys are getting very racist.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are getting...
I know. We're playing with our privilege too much right now.
You guys are out of line here. Stop it. Okay.
Cut the malarkey, everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
mayonnaise
I don't
is delicious, though, by the way. It gets a bad rap. I don't know why. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, Lance.
It's the whitest thing about me. Yeah, there you go. I'm going all in.
Mayonnaise is good with having a nice tuna sandwich on
Ew,
a roll.
No, you
with
ruined
lettuce,
it. What are you,
tomato.
You're talking about Subway
and
again.
So
mayonnaise.
much worse.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
You know, so there was a R.I.P. to her. But the show, Harriet the Spy, or the movie Harriet the Spy, that was my favorite movie. Even though she wasn't a journalist for real, that's what got me into journalism. That movie, my mama had got it from the library. We were supposed to bring it back, we never did. But that Nickelodeon orange tape, loved it. But there was a sandwich because I seen it, her eating it, the tomato and the mayonnaise and the bread. Didn't like it, but ate it because she ate it from the movie. So there I was doing
a BLT. You don't like?
No,
BLTs?
it was nothing in there but a tomato and mayonnaise and bread.
Wait, that's it?
That was what she ate. I was a kid, and that's what she ate. That's what Harriet the Spy ate, and that's what I was gonna eat. Because before I was on my days of work with my composition book, and was gonna, write down everything I saw, I needed to eat that. My mom was like, "Girl, that's all you gonna eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's a full Haitian meal, but I wanted at that time the little phase for a second was the bread, the mayonnaise, and the tomato, and I don't even like for real tomatoes like that or white bread. I don't even eat those things. But at that time, I thought that this is what I needed to do because the little white girl on TV that I like so much was doing that. So I needed to do the same.
If you want to be a journalist, you got to eat that tomato and mayonnaise
and that's
sandwich.
what I did.
That's the
and look at me now, okay?
I was a Harriet the Spy fan as well. It was a good movie. It was like the height of Nickelodeon, and I was at the perfect age. We were at the perfect age.
That was the orange tape time. You know,
I still remember how the bully was like Harriet the Spy, like how she called her
so
name
you
like
remember?
Yeah,
Okay,
I remember.
Okay, yeah. That's and the actor had passed away. Was it like a month ago?
Michelle Trachtenberg, I think her name was.
Trachtenberg. I hope I say that right. But yes, ended up passing away like a month ago.
I remember her from Pete and Pete. Do you remember Pete and Pete?
That sounds so familiar. Now I gotta Google it.
Yep.
I knew of it, but I never watched that one. I did watch Harriet the Spy though a couple times, I think.
Pete and Pete is a great show. I'm surprised it hasn't
had
I'm actually surprised it hasn't had hasn't been revitalized, because it's that perfect combination of nostalgia with it's
I
very
remember
the whole
them. What
vibes
happened
about
to
it too are
them?
very emo. I'm really surprised it hasn't had a revival.
Wow, you just unlocked a memory that I just never thought I would see ever in my life again.
Yeah,
wow.
Pete and Pete was a great
The
show.
redhead people. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nickelodeon was like amazing during that time period.
It was.
It's really sad how they sort of just fell off.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? I believe those, they had all of these type of shows, the cartoons. What was it? I remember Rocko's Modern Life. Like the cartoons were crazy, but still watch them. And all these types of movies like Harriet the Spy, like all of the way that they put the movies out when the orange tapes came out. We had this great programming that probably everybody would call problematic today in today's time. Everybody would pick it apart for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure. But at that time, that was forced. Like we had to watch it at 2:00, whatever came on TV at that time. That's what we got. And then when the movies came out, we would go and get them or rent them. Blockbuster. Those things, man, we had good kids. Ain't never gonna know. They're never
we
gonna know.
we did have I mean, it's obviously because we were kids then, but I view that as the ultimate kid experience. Like we had the McDonald's that actually was the inside was actually
you can go
made
sit
for
in
kids.
there.
There was the playground. The characters were all over
they
there.
were in there.
And it wasn't just Ronald and Grimace. It was everyone. Mayor McCheese. What happened to Mayor McCheese? All right. That
they
was
had
the
real
deal
breakfasts.
right there.
I don't even like McDonald's, but I do remember they had the real breakfasts that came in the cartonish package. You had your eggs, your pancakes, and I remember all of that. I remember
that.
Pizza Hut having an inside. You can go sit. They had the acts. I remember all of those, and I really wanted to go there because as a little girl, my mama wouldn't let us go to them places to eat. But I would see my friends, they always would go and eat there. And then sometimes at school, they would let us go there as a field trip. Cheap field trips, right? They would let us, we would think it was the biggest thing ever to get to go and experience that.
Even the commercials were good. Even the advertisements were good. I still remember the ads I remember the fucking McDonald's commercials. Do you believe in magic? That one.
Oh,
I remember the Cocoa Krispies reggae monkey who is they want my Cocoa Krispies. It was great stuff.
Wow.
I saw somebody made a great point about how millennials had the best childhoods ever, but the worst adulthoods ever.
I just saw that, and that's so facts. That's absolute facts.
Right?
We still live. I think that's why we still live in our minds in that time from when we were kids.
That's my happy place.
We experience this this really we're big old kids, parents, right? Aunties, whatever. But we're these children at the same time because that was the best part of our lives. And then we became adults and we've seen a lot and we're pretty young too to be these adults right now. But I think that's why we tend to go back to those moments. When I hear music from that time, it makes me feel good. When I see things like how you just unlocked that, they make me feel good. I remember happy moments, and as far as
and like you mentioned, Blockbuster was an experience.
It was.
After school.
Oh, I was
Friday after
obsessed with
school, you'd go to the
Blockbuster.
local Blockbuster. You would, for me, you would pick either a video game for the weekend or a movie for the weekend
every time.
Yeah, and that was how we played the newest games. We didn't buy them; we rented them for what was it like?
I remember
$5 or $4 and change, whatever it was. And you'd have that game until Sunday, and you drop it off, and then you wait till the next Friday. Look forward to it.
What a time! What a beautiful time. I'm glad we experienced that, because when I see children today, like I had my nephews the other day, not too long ago, and we spent some time together, and I have to do this thing where I'm like, we're going to have phone's going to be down. We're going to have movie time just so we can do 2 hours together without them being on the phone. And then they got the headphones where you don't even know if they're listening to you or not. Earpods are in, and I'm talking to them. They're like, I'm talking to you. Take them out. Okay. Like, and then they get a little kind of, upset when I'm like, we're not going to use our phones. They're like, oh my God, I just hate my life. No, we're not going to just give me 2 hours. And then they get then I see them so excited in watching the movie. And, I took one to the fair the end of last year, and he was like, I'm too old to be going to the fair. I'm like, boy, you are 13. That's literally fair age. People I used to couldn't wait to be able to go to the fair. I'm old enough to go now. And then when he started going on the rides, he started saying, this is the best experience. This is the coolest experience. Because they don't know, they're really all in their phones, and what they're looking at. Watching people play games instead of them playing games really boggles my mind. You're watching people play games. You got a game system right here. You can play that same game, but you just want to watch this person play the game. I can't I sound like how a boomer, right? But I'm a millennial. I sound like a millennial.
See, I do recall
Kids
watching
today.
games, but it was with your friends, like trying to do it together. Like you're watching them play and trying to figure out
the secrets.
Secrets. So how do you do this? And then finding out secret codes, to do this,
down,
to
left,
that.
right, left, right, BA, select start.
Yeah.
I think I really do think that's why like millennials, and this isn't, obviously we're all millennials on here right now. Thank God our resident Gen Zer isn't here right now.
Don't even come for Ariana. We love you, Ariana.
No, but
We miss you.
I really do think like the time period we grew up in sort of set us up for the current moment. And why, like, poll after poll shows we're the generation that's most likely able to tell the bullshit. And that's obviously not all millennials, but the majority is able to tell the bullshit from the bullshit and the real shit from the real shit. You
sound old
millennials.
So
Millennials,
Yeah.
millennials are
Kids
the ones
today
who,
can't even detect bullshit anymore. Not like
they
we
can't
used to.
though. No, but there have been.
No, I know
there have
you're
been
correct
surveys and
by the
studies
math.
that
I know.
show that like when it comes to like misinformation and scams, Gen Z and Boomers are close to like equally susceptible to it. Like you would think that Gen Z, because they grew up from the very moment they were born with this technology, that they would be on the up and up, but they're actually not. It sort of has made them too comfortable with it or closed their eyes to like the other side of it. Millennials are the generation that can tell this shit because we knew how it was like before. We're able to tell the scams apart from the scams because we were there since the beginning and we know what it is. Like, I'm really not trying to make us sound like we're the greatest. It's just the facts that we are.
It is a fact. I was in the car and I was asking, my nephew's like, hey, if this device, here I go, if you got 2 apples, no, I was like, if the device here, you see the backup camera that I'm using, because he was like, why are you not using the backup camera? I said, it was a little delayed just now, and I got to make sure that we're getting out safe. So you use your rear view mirror, use both mirrors on the side, check your blind spots. You could just look right here on the camera. No, baby. What if you don't have this device in the middle? This is what the mirrors are for. He's like, well, I'm not going to have to use that because my car is going to have. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, because this is a technology. Technology can break out down at any time. And how are you going to be safe on the roads, baby? How are you going to be safe on the roads? I said when I was taught to drive, you had to learn how to back up. You had to learn how to use all of your mirrors to back up. And he's like, well, we don't need that anymore. Okay.
That's so funny because I had the same argument with my dad about the Google Maps because he would be like, "You need to know how to read a map, son. What happens in the middle of nowhere if your phone doesn't work? If there's no batteries, how do you find where you need to go? That'll never happen. The battery life's fine. I got a USB charger. I'm fine, Dad."
It gets crazy though. I remember driving from my first year when my dad brought my car up because we weren't allowed to have our cars the first year in college on campus. But when he brought my car up and then I got to drive home for the first time, we didn't have GPS was not a real thing for real. You had like an extra feature on the cell phone or something like that. And I would go to MapQuest and I would write down or print out.
Or you print it.
Yeah,
you print them out.
Oh yeah.
I
would
definitely.
have to be looking like, okay, in 40
and you would
miles.
need someone in that seat next to you to tell you, oh, it's coming,
Yes.
it's coming up on the right.
We're taking it right here. Yeah.
They'll be my GPS. Like, okay, Rebecca, exit 452. We got to make sure we're kids drive. Like, first of all, I'm a child. Dang, coming home. But didn't really have the means to really continue to connect with my mom like that throughout the ride. At those times, you had no service for a long period of time on your phone, and driving through these woods and things of that sort.
If you break down, you gotta walk. That's scary.
Oh, wow, what a time. What a time.
I mean, honestly, I still operate as if it's the olden days. I don't partake in Uber ordering and anything like that. I'm anti.
I don't do that either. I'm too cheap.
No, I saw people's cars.
Same. Yeah.
No, I seen somebody's car. And I said, I ordered a few times and I didn't feel comfortable eating the food. But then I seen somebody's car in the parking lot and it had the Uber sign. And oh my God, what was happening in that vehicle? You should never want your food to be carried to you or driven to you in a vehicle that looks like that. The state of the vehicle, and no offense, because this may be the person's, but baby, you don't know if whatever they got living in that vehicle is coming in a bag and meeting you at your house. It's absolutely, I was like,
the next pandemic is going to arrive from that car. They're delivering your food.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It is weird that and it seems like a lot of them do it regularly for every meal.
Yeah.
Young people literally are just ordering a private car service for their fucking food order. It's so bizarre. When I order takeout food, first of all, if I could walk somewhere and pick it up and bring it home, I do that. And if I can't do that, I do it the old fashioned way. The place has to have a delivery driver that works for the restaurant itself, and you call them up direct and you place your order, and the person who works for the restaurant delivers your food the moment it's ready. They, maybe they'll wait for an order or two more so they can deliver all of them at once. But they take the food, you bring it, and if there's something, if something happens, you could call up the restaurant and be like, "Oh, the delivery driver's on the way," because it's their delivery driver. With fucking Uber, you got no idea. You got no fucking clue. First of all, they're not even at the restaurant. They're somewhere else. They got to come at a random time to pick it up. And, I don't want my food going in the same car that they're using to pick up other people too. Some stranger's ass was just sitting on the seat where your food is now sitting.
It's not. Look, it's no ass that it's a stranger's sitting on the seat carrying my food.
If it was an ass I loved, that'd be different.
If it's the family of the delivery driver that works directly for the company, I'm fine with that family member's ass sitting where my food is sitting. Okay.
I was like, maybe that's an American thing. In Vancouver, all the delivery drivers are using scooters and bikes and electric cars, electric vehicles and stuff like that.
Oh,
there's not really car delivery drivers
depends
here.
Where you are. Yeah, it's bikes or I've had bikes deliver and mopeds deliver and. Yeah,
it's just so much more money to your meal if you have somebody deliver it.
It's very expensive.
I was looking at all the
and they don't even want people ringing the doorbell and handing you the food. They gotta fucking put the food on the floor outside the door.
Take a picture.
Take the fucking photo.
I love that. I'm on the opposite end of this.
I love not having.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I love zero contact delivery. It started in COVID and it's not going away.
Somebody got upset.
Food on the floor.
No,
on the floor.
No, I live in an apartment. It's on a carpet. You're fine.
Some of them will leave it at the gate and take a picture of it. You don't live at the gate. They will leave it at the gate and
I
make
want
you
that
come and get it.
human-to-human contact. I want to say, "Hey, how are you?
Why?
Thanks," because I want them to hand me the food, so I know.
Why?
No, I agree with that.
Your
That's
Majesty. Like,
I agree with that.
It's even weird. No,
respectful.
the Your Majesty thing is, oh, I can't lay my eyes on you, my lord. Just leave the food at your doorstep.
I agree with Matt on this one.
do not look me in the face.
It's
All
a
right.
level- I
Do not
remember
look at me.
I said this on threads, and people were appalled that I said this. I was in the store and I needed to ask where something was. The person didn't even look me in my eyes. They was like, they got mad that I just interrupted them being on I think it was a FaceTime call. They work at this place. They got mad. I'm going aisle to aisle. Then I see somebody. I'm like, great. Hey, where can I find? I want to say it was like kombucha or whatever. Where can I find this in the store? Aisle 3.
Damn.
And I was like,
God.
so I shared my grievances online. I said, Jesus, like this new generation or these kids, I think I said, I was like, they don't even want to talk to you. And it's like, if you're working in customer service or any way that you're speaking to anybody where you have to be, talking to people, at least fake the funk. At least just be like, hey, aisle 3, ma'am, and then roll your eyes after or something like, and then somebody was like, why would you even want people to talk to you? So now you're requiring somebody to talk to you while they're working. Why are you asking for so much? People were so mad. They were literally arguing with me, but I didn't argue back with them. They were arguing with other people underneath this thread. And then they were saying y'all millennials be looking for they were literally saying, y'all millennials looking for too much. Y'all this and that. And I'm like, asking people to help you, like my camera, asking people to help you is such a problem in 2025. I'm really trying to understand why that's such an issue when I'm asking somebody to help me, for them to just talk to me. And I guess really this anti-social
It's because you want
thing,
human contact. Right?
It's part of it. The leaving food at your doorstep instead of ringing the doorbell.
But Binder, have you like I've delivered stuff or worked for companies that had maybe do deliveries. Like it would be a godsend if you didn't have to interact with anyone, because you could just go on to the next thing, and then you didn't have to worry about if the person's going to be weird or dangerous or something like that. Like it's just like, oh, it's over, nice. I get to go back in my car and go on.
If someone drops off like a package and they ring the doorbell, I will go over immediately, open the door, and even if they're not there anymore and I hear them at the elevator or around the corner, I'll scream out, "Thank you!"
Oh yeah, that's different.
It's a human thing to do. Like I don't want.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like people waiting on me and acting like I'm some sort of deliver me my service and don't get in my way. I don't want to see you. Like that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
I have agoraphobia. I developed that especially. So, and again, Mike, I don't know the pronunciation, but my psychiatrist definitely let me know about that early on, especially during 2020. I became somebody who liked being isolated. However, if I do come in contact with somebody, even over the phone, but if I come in contact with somebody, I'm going to try to be as nice as possible. Somebody told me, what if that worker was having a bad day? You don't really know. All I did was ask them where this product was. I didn't ask them anything else, nothing else, like nothing extra. Why you got an attitude? Why are you on FaceTime at the people's job? I didn't say any of these things. I just said, where can I find this? And they were so upset, so annoyed that I stopped them to ask for anything. But the fact that people in the comments were upset with me for even saying that, hey, like I'm gonna need y'all to step it up, in the customer service department, like speak to people. If people speak to you, speak back to them, and I hate to say this, but if you work for this company, you're the representation at this company, you mad that you're working for this company. It might suck, but that doesn't mean that you have to go to work and be rude and be talking to friends on the phone or scrolling through social media, whatever. And all I did was ask you a part of your job. Hey, where can I find this item?
You got to do what I do. Sometimes you ask someone where someone is, like you ask the lady working there, and she just gives you a mean mug and just mutters. And so I say, "Hey, honey, give me a little smile. Let me see them pearly whites."
Also, you become a misogynist.
Yeah, he ramps up the misogyny.
That's the joke.
Why didn't you wear my lipstick?
I got it.
I was gonna say that to the. You know what I do in that situation? If I say, "Hey, can you tell me where to find this?" and they roll their eyes at me and say, "Get the manager now, now."
That worked, white man. That worked. That worked. But no,
we're back.
Matt, I was gonna say, can you just give me a little smile? Like, can you just give me a little smile? I probably would have got slapped. I probably would have got beat down.
I think the chat thinks I really do that. I don't give a shit if anyone gives me.
Hey,
listen,
Toots,
I'm actually one of those people. I'm actually
Hey,
one of those
baby,
people.
sweet cheeks.
Hey,
Come on.
Hey, honey, talk. Somebody in the chat. Talk
Get him
less,
outta here.
smile more, sweetie.
Get him out of here.
No, but I actually don't have a problem with what Rebecca's talking about. If someone's miserable at their job, like not at their job, I mean miserable at work, like they're unhappy at work, I give them a pass 24/7. I don't need you to give me
I don't know if you're
a
miserable at
happy
work. I don't
attitude or
know.
anything.
I don't know what's going on with you. I'm just coming in
I've
like
never
everybody
done
else.
that, Zia. Ever, ever.
I don't care.
I was
I
in
really
customer
don't care.
service.
I'm constantly.
He only
under
weaponizes his whiteness for good things, okay?
Yes,
He stands in front of the police officer, all right? He's one of the good ones.
I am the savior.
He's a good one, guys. Look, I can definitely second that.
Cold Dog says Matt just sits on his stoop harassing people.
He's one of those.
Instead of yelling at a cloud, yelling at kids.
Anytime someone walks away, hey, sweet cheeks. Hey, sweet cheeks.
Was it have you started super chat since I left, or is this
No,
still
I
just-
haven't.
No,
We
we
need
need
to
to
because you guys are look, they're trying
We've
to
got
convince
an
me to stay
hour
till 5 in
past
the
super
morning.
chats.
It's
I'm not-
because
this is
it's
the
because we
longest
love
I've
your
been
company. It's because we love your company. We're just
Get me
trying to
outta
bait
here.
you. We're trying to bait
We
you with
haven't talked to
talking.
each other in a couple of weeks, so we're
Yeah,
like,
we missed you.
It's true.
yeah.
Get me
And
off
this is
the
the episode
show.
where it's not even like, oh, there was so much news to cover, we went long. We've never had an episode that has talked less about the news that has gone longer.
I know.
Yeah.
And Rebecca has been here.
People in chat are like,
until-
"What is this
that's
show about?
crazy.
What
like,
podcast is this?"
It's true.
Oh, I'm gonna tune into Leftist Mafia and get the latest analysis from the left on the news.
You know they're gonna
politics
come with
today. And they tune in and they see me going, "Hey, sugar tits."
Talking about mayonnaise, and I learned about a cranberry croissant.
White folks. And you know
They're
they're
making fun of white people for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We just been making fun of white
It's
people
true.
for an hour.
And it was all because of me coming in late and being like, white people. They got crazy. So let's get to the super chats.
All right.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, good. So Nintendo Gaming Channel, 6 countries that are kicking out Americans. 6 countries that are kicking out Americans. What countries are those? Kicking out Americans. Who are we talking about? Y'all was talking about it earlier? But thank you for your super chat. Sigwig said $100 or 100 Canadian dollars. Thank you. Said towards a mic that treats
Shout out
you
to one of my
better,
mods.
Rebecca. Okay, thank you
Nice,
so much.
Tigwick.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We will be looking for mics soon. Colombian or Colombia Rican, New York. Oh, so you're Colombian and Puerto Rican. Damn, Becca coming with the jokes. I don't remember what I said, but it must have been funny.
No, you were on fire.
Looney Tunes 9000. My Ariana money goes to you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Ariana coin that goes to me. Colombia Rican. Thank you so much for yours. Leftist Mafia canceled. Love you guys because we're talking about white folks. Nintendo Gaming Channel again. What's your opinion on Snow White, the 2025? I think they made the new movie live action. I have not seen it. Is it problematic? I'm not sure. I haven't seen
It is because
She
the
needs to
person who
smile
plays
more.
Snow White isn't white. That's what's
Oh.
wrong with it. Yeah, not fully white. Not
So
white
white people are
enough.
mad about that?
Racist white people.
What is this, snow non-white? Come on.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
The
That's
funny thing
sad.
is, if they actually paid attention to like the change in the storyline, they would have been complaining more probably about how Snow White went woke, even with like the storyline, because
They did.
They changed it from Snow White is still the fairest of them all, but in the 2025 movie, the fairest of them all means like she was fair to the people, like she wanted equality, and she was the fairest to all the people.
Are you playing or Matt? Is this true?
No, that's absolutely 100% true. That is the storyline
Okay,
of the
that's interesting. So that makes me want to actually go and watch it. Xavier Bacall, thank you so much for your super chat. Unknown. I appreciate that. To deal with managers in online place called CEO and email and quotation marks and the letter C and I don't know what you're saying. Gives you many emails to use. Wonderful place.
I think they're trying to type out a URL, and if you typed out the URL, maybe they were worried it wouldn't have passed. I'm boomering out too, though. CEOemail.com. Let's see. Oh, it makes you look like a CEO.
Oh, got it. See, okay. But thank you for your super chat. Thank you again. Okay, Colombican. Thank you so much. Prairie Fire. I'm gonna read this because I'm pretty sure it's funny. And here we go. This donation is part 1 of 3 of rotisserie chicken financing. Appreciate it. Also, I think Mike might be gay. I've been picking up some very subtle social hints. It's planting season. I'm tired. I don't know. Nice. Thank you, Prairie Fire. I'm not sure what that was about. What?
I've had my suspicions too.
We know.
I've been clocking them.
That's funny.
That's
I think but thank you for my money for my chicken. I appreciate it. Every time you stick right beside me, and Mike is gay. Bay photo. See, this is where some of your co-hosts don't have a skincare routine. This is why some of your co-hosts don't have a skincare routine. They ain't trying to get caught yelling at a member of Congress in Ulta. That's funny to me. Okay. And thank you so much for your super chat. C3339409. Thank you for your super chat. The only way to keep this money is to give it away. Well, give it away. Give it all to me. C3339409 again. Nisi Moose. Who's Nisi Moose?
That's how you pronounce non-Kai.
Oh, no. Non-C Mechi. Okay, gotcha. Entropy. Nothing to say really. Thank you for your super chat, but nothing to say really. Just want to show some love and hope you get more viewers on your stream. Me too, sis. Or sir, or they. Love your commentary. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Calambarican again, girl, or sir, person. Thank you for your coin. Matt should know. Pet peeve of mine as a New Yorker living in New Mexico. When eating pizza, you need to fold it. Do you fold your pizza, Matt?
Me, I do. Yes.
So, you eat it like a true New Yorker.
If it's a pizzeria pizza from a real pizza place, I fold it. If I'm getting Domino's or Papa John's or something like that, I don't fold it.
Okay,
that's not foldable.
Is that a real pizza? It's not real.
It's not a real pizza.
I eat pizza
It's not
with a
foldable.
fork.
Oh,
God. I'm a proper fellow.
You're a real Bill de Blasio.
Yeah.
That was his big scandal. He ate pizza with a fork.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's greasy. You don't want that, on
your
hands,
fingers.
You
You're
wash your
bougie.
hands, yeah.
Mike is bougie. Mike don't play. I get it.
Pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious? You eat pizza with a knife and a fork?
Absolutely, dead serious. Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought you were joking.
I kind of love that for you though.
I don't like
it gets
eating
crazy.
food with my hands. I don't like eating food with my hands.
I get it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
How
like
do you eat
touching
chicken
grease.
fingers or chicken nuggets?
Yeah, or burgers, or
With
fries,
a fork.
French fries.
You
I
dip
eat
it.
burger with my hands. French fries, I'll use my my fork. Yeah, use a fork.
Do you get to a certain point where it's like so small that you have to switch to a fork because you're worried of making contact between the hand and the mouth?
No. It's not that. It's not that serious. It's just a preference. It's just,
And that I love
Fair
that.
enough.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
My mother-in-law eats pizza with a fork too, so I don't feel weird. I feel very normal and validated. So it's not weird. Okay.
Everybody's
It's just
judging on
bougie.
here. I just want
I
you to
see
know.
the judgmental looks that I'm getting from you all. Okay, I noticed that.
It's very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Lance. I noticed that.
Well, you know what's weird, Mike, is that like in the West, we don't do this as much for like certain kinds of foods. Like I remember when I had an Indian meal where you actually had to eat the food just with your hands, with a knife and fork, and it was really strange to me to be grabbing like curry and rice and like with my hands, right? But then immediately I was like, but we do this for like fries, fucking chicken strips, like we do that for our different kinds of food.
Yeah, we have meals as Haitians. We usually eat with forks and knives, but there's a meal that Africans eat, and we have that's similar in Haiti called tum tum. They call it fufu, depending on where you're from in Africa, whatever. And they'll eat it with their hands, and
Ethiopian food. It's so good, and the whole thing is like this giant, like it almost looks like a crepe or a pancake, and then you fold it. You use it to be able to grab the curry.
Yeah,
or the
similar.
filling.
So, Similar. So, you know, I tend to date a lot of African men, Haitian men, and there are times where that's how you're eating the food. It's offensive in some places when I'm with them and I'm like, can I get a fork? And they're like, girl. And so I got to get right. Right. So yeah, but anyways, next super chat, Moon B. Thank you so much for yours. Love your perspective, and when you are here, appreciate the depth you add to combos like white people, like about white people. I love that for me. Thank you, Moon B. Old man house phone. Thank you for your super chat, Columbarican. When growing up, me, my dad, and my uncle were driving from Brooklyn to Hackensack and ended up in Delaware. They were using the old road atlas to navigate.
The old road atlas. Wow.
Dang. I hate that for y'all because that would have, and then I bet you they were like, this is gonna work. This is how to get there. This is it. This is my dad. He used to do that a lot. JCast, thank you so much. I literally just got done door dashing just now. You should be ashamed.
You Zoomers.
Because you don't even know what that vehicle was coming. You don't know.
You don't know which ass was sitting in the car.
That part. Parker. Hey, Parker. Millennials lucky not being in school during COVID.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, Gen Z got screwed over so
They didn't.
bad.
They were in college.
I don't think they did. I'm sorry. I've talked about this before. I don't think they did. In fact, listen. If you were in like high school and college when COVID happened, tell me you wouldn't have been like pulling all-nighters playing video games with your friends like 24/7. It would have been fucking, if you were like, obviously aside, let's not take away from the seriousness of COVID and the people dying. I'm talking about, but like, you know, your family members are safe, everyone's home, you know, no one you know is out there working or in the hospital or anything. You would have been hanging out.
Oh
with your
yeah,
friends.
I would have done that I would have done that in a heartbeat. But that doesn't mean that like after, like it wasn't a 1 week thing, right? It wasn't like a 2 week thing. It just like it went on.
Long. It wasn't very long. No, it really wasn't.
My kids, my boys started before COVID.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't do lockdowns in America very much, right? Like you just
didn't
really, because like for a full year in Canada, it was a lockdown.
Was short, but they weren't going to school. They were not going physically to school. They were actually at home. Imagine like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old having a laptop, and they had to be glued to this laptop with other children, and they would never stay seated, and they wanted to do other thing, and their parents had to literally sit with them many a time to make them focus on. Sometimes the teachers would leave, and I'm like, okay, Jediah, you're not in school anymore? No, my teacher said she had to go do something, so no more school, no more class. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. But it was for me, the college kids. I could not wait to peel out and get out of my parents' home because I could go and be off at college and start living my, first year of grownness in my, and be around friends and like meet new people. Going to FAMU was the best decision for me. It was the furthest I can go within state to have in-state tuition. And those things, I went from South Florida to North Florida, and having that experience on campus really molded me to help me be more independent, to learn things, all those things. And there were children that I knew who got accepted first year of COVID, that they were going to go live in dorms and everything, who could not go and live on campus, live in dorms. They were doing the same thing my nephew Jediah was doing at 6, 7, 8. They were doing the same thing at home. No experience, glued to a laptop, and they never got to have that experience on campus. So that really sucked. And I was like, dang. And so for them,
they were definitely right.
Go ahead.
Definitely, like you're saying, like I have kids, and my son was in kindergarten pre-K when COVID hit. And so like during that period, I specifically remember saying like, this is the worst time for him because like at that age, it's not about, you can't remote learn socialization skills. It's not math and science, and it's about socializing with the kids at school. So without a doubt, there were kids who were hurt. I'm not saying there weren't, but I'm talking about the vast majority of like the Gen Z racists who grew up to hate people because of COVID. They were of the age where skipping school for a fucking year would have been fucking awesome if I was their age then. I'm sorry.
It would have been
No, I know
awesome
as a kid, yeah, but I'm
doing-
saying objectively, as someone who's like, you know, even as a parent, you would have been like, yeah, you don't realize this now, but this actually kind of sucks for you. You're not going to be able to like socialize in the same way. You're not going to graduate in the same way. Like I know, like for a kid, it'd be a dream to just not go to school at all and just play video games all day, right?
Yeah.
But like ultimately, I should probably learn something more than Mario.
My nephew was telling me like, so am I gonna go back to school next year? And I'm like, ask your parents. I asked his parents though, and they were like, they offered. We don't know yet, you know, but they offered. So they were, I think by 2023, they were offering for him to go back in or stay home, and they would just learn optionally that way. He chose that year to go back in school. He was saying, I'm bored. I don't know, like I want my friends, you know. I haven't been able to walk home with my friends. He remembers the last time he walked to school, walked back, and never went back to school again. And so he wanted to experience that. I also think that in those times, these kids really lost the option to, like, again, people skills, like just simple like that. They see people, they do not want to be around people. They like to be isolated. They're, you know, some of them don't even have like full motor skill, verbal, like they just want to stay. They think this thing to do is stay glued to the internet. They know how to use AI very well. Yeah. And it's so sad for the kids to have that. So
I'll make it clear because there's a whole chat in the conversation in the chat going on. I'm not talking about like kids. I'm talking about like the Gen Z people who, because this is a whole thing where the younger cohort of Gen Z, 18 to like 22-year-olds, voted for Trump, like the males at least voted for Trump. And the belief behind this is they're the unhappy kids who missed out of high school or college experiences during COVID.
Okay.
And like, I'm sorry, that's not an excuse. That's not the time
Oh,
period.
I think what
so you missed the prom or some shit. Who fucking cares? Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't think that's
kids,
the reason why. I think it has a lot more to do with economic
kids
anxiety.
Like Rebecca's talking about, and like my son, who actually missed out on like actual growth periods. You have other people who are actually experiencing like death. I just don't feel or care for the Gen Z people.
Matt hates Gen Z.
Who turned right wing
I know he really
because
does.
of, I mean, I think they're horrible, really.
He really does. Every chance he gets, he's just like, Gen Zers, like, God. No, I understand. I mean, Gen Z,
I'm sorry, I just don't have empathy for that. Like every generation has their shit to deal with. That was yours in the big picture. Like, you know, I mean, it sucks. I know, but you don't. I didn't turn fascist because I graduated into the 2008 recession. Like I didn't fucking. I just, you know, it is what it is. You deal with that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think your issues with Gen Z. Your issues with people who are trying to just use an excuse for becoming fascists, right, or becoming racist, and it's like, yeah, that's not the actual.
And he's like, they're
reason.
mostly Gen Zers.
Yeah,
no, but it is mostly Gen Zers. That's the age. But listen, no, I think. Listen, there's a lot of wonderful Gen Z people. There's a whole.
Yeah, like your mod.
We have one on the
Gen
show.
Z is the the generation that has really stepped up and been behind a lot of these wonderful pro-Palestine protests. I actually don't hate all Gen Zers, but there is this sort of, I guess, painting with a broad brush that happens to every generation. But there is this trend where it does seem like there's a significant amount of Gen Z, especially males. It seems like Gen Z women are pretty progressive, but Gen Z males became more right-wing and bucked the trend of the younger generations being more progressive than the generation that came before them. And I think the COVID thing has something to do with it. I think the influencers, their celebrities that they grew up on, has something to do with it. Like if you're fucking like for me, I grew up watching fucking Sesame Street and Pee Wee Herman. If your Sesame Street and Pee Wee Herman was fucking Logan Paul and Andrew Tate, yeah, we're gonna have a real fucking problem. You know, so I do think there's issues there, honestly.
Well, you put it like that.
And I have kids who are Gen Alpha, and I honestly don't see. Maybe it's just my kids, and maybe I don't see it in their friends either. Maybe it's just where I live, but I don't see the same things that I've seen in Gen Z, in Gen Alpha, and I'm wondering what the fuck happened to Gen Z.
No, I hear what you're saying. Like my babies are all, well, my nephews, nieces, they're all a part of the Alpha generation mostly. But then I have a set of them that are all Gen Z, and I'll be like, my babies are just, they lost. I don't know, they just lost. But I do understand that in that time, a lot of things were stripped from them. Some of their ideals, I think, is really off. How they think about relationships, jobs, like a lot of the things, to me, it's really off. But they'll say like it's just vibes, you know, we're just vibes, and it's just like they feel oppressed. They feel like, and I, you know, and in ways I understand it, but in some ways I'm like, baby, you gotta.
I'm sorry to continue. I'm laughing at this Chuck L chat in the chat.
Comment.
He's talking about Matt on Gen Z. I assume some of them are good people doing the Trump the Trump Charlottesville thing, but me on Gen Z.
They're rapists. Some of them.
Okay, let me get back to this because I'm gonna leave your asses. So the next one is dedicated to you, Matt. Columba Rican said Matt chasing people around town to say thank you.
I do have a habit of like thanking every like service industry person like profusely. Like every time they come to my table with like the meal ask thank you. Oh, thanks.
Oh, I did that too. Absolutely.
That's good.
Profusely.
But it's not just basic decency. Like,
I don't think most people do that. Honestly.
I don't think
really
it's
do.
weird.
I don't think most people do that. I really don't.
More, but I think that we can. I think that's normal to when you go to like a restaurant or you're getting something from somebody at the grocery store, you know, the people that work there, whatever. Thank you. It's
normal for us millennials because we all work those shitty service industry jobs at some point. So we know how bad it is.
I was washing dishes and taking out the trash at Applebee's.
Yeah.
I know exactly. I know this.
I know the
struggle.
Yeah.
I know. I was. Ooh, what a time! My first job though, I was in retail at JCPenney, in the children's department.
Nice.
And the way they used to come in there and tear me apart. But I was, you know, a cashier. And I was folding clothes at the end of the night until 2 a.m. at 16. Until 2 a.m. at 16 on a school night. That should have been illegal for $6.75. That should have been illegal. But anywho, thank you is a beautiful small thing to say, but it is something that goes a long way. JCast, I was the one. JCast came back to let us know that they were the one delivering the food, door-dashing, and it was their ass that was on that seat.
Okay.
Thank you, JCast, for the clarification. Y'all, I'm out of here. I love you, mean it. Just to let y'all know, I should be here on time now, or a little bit close to on time, because I was let go from my new corporate job that I got was let go because of the work that I do. They found out that I do, so they didn't want no parts.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Wow. So just want to let you guys know that. So support your girl, Cash App. It's there.
I do love how you laid that out. Good news, guys. I'm gonna start being here on time every week. The one small issue is
now, y'all. I'm really tired of working for these companies and just for my living, just to add it for my living and whatever. And they're like,
they had a problem with you doing the YouTube stuff and the things?
For this specific job for this corporation, because they're like, ooh, she's a liability. She can say things about us. She can, you know, what happened was
you're so careful to keep it anonymous, though. You're always
right. Yeah,
I don't know where you work.
Right. In this newer position that I had got, I had challenged them because, you know, I'm always challenging people at the job, and I need to stop doing that. Right. That's what's getting me gone. But I challenged them because they had practices to me again somewhere else that were not right. And in a meeting, I laid it all out. Like I had a whole thing about their deceptive practices and things like that. And later on in that day, they was like, girl, see ya. But they were saying they also, in the transition paperwork, it was, you got to sign this and promise us you're not going to mention our name because of what you do. We know that
you didn't sign it.
Did they hold severance? Did you?
No, I know.
Was there severance?
No.
So what did you? I hope you didn't sign it.
I didn't. I'm actually just combing over it with my free legal help, just to see what it actually entails.
I was going to say I should DM you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So Rebecca, where did you work?
I can't, not yet, but I'm coming. I'm coming for it. But it sucked because it's like, I feel like because once any of these people find out what I do, they always feel like this girl is about to talk about us. She's here like a spy or whatever. Because I don't, I guess because they know that I will call out certain activity or whatever, especially when it's deceptive. Like, I know that I'm working.
Where did you work with? What is going on here?
I would love to
don't get baited. Don't get baited.
Right. If I would tell you guys, I don't think you'd be that shocked, but you'd be like, really? Like the programming, the structure, I laid it all down for them. And they were like, get her out of here. She's a problem. And so
you work at like the termination case.
The racism factory. What is this?
It's
they
crazy.
were so scared of you. Did you work at like a power plant that's like polluting in the river or something? Where did you work?
And it's crazy because I kept my head down. I did what I needed to do. But when I saw that how this was hurting people again, like I'm just like, at least I came to them with it. And then it was also other associates who were scared to speak up, and they were coming to me like, are you gonna say something about this, because this is just not right? And I'm like, y'all can speak too, it is okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, but the fear of speaking up, me, and I'm gonna give an example, but they don't want to speak up because they don't get it. Like for me, this is what I need to keep my lights on, keep my home as well, just right now. And these people need that as well, but they're so afraid to speak up. And so they come to me and I'm like, I can't speak up for you, but this is affecting us all. So I will speak up for all of us. And I have done that. And I wouldn't say it cost me. I think they already knew and they were looking for ways. And I keep my head down. I just go to work and do what I need to do. But they were like, we know what you do, and it's against our policy. They word it in that way. What you do is against our policy. We can't, it's political, it's that, it's this. And so your girl should be free again.
It should be illegal to fire YouTubers in the same way it's illegal to fire someone based on like the color of their skin.
It should.
You're saying we should be a protected class?
We should. And
they
honestly
has political thoughts on their Facebook or Instagram.
Not joking though. Like your work, unless it directly affects like what you're able to do, like you're like if you work for one company, you can't go and work for their competitor too. That I get that, but like. What you do on your spare time, unless it has that direct bearing, like I just mentioned, they shouldn't be able to fire you for doing what you want to do on your own time. And I feel strongly.
Well, especially for bringing forward information about how the company is doing things wrong.
And I brought it to them.
Right?
I brought it to them. I didn't go to social media.
Yeah, you weren't a whistleblower. You didn't do something behind the scenes. That's also pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Is there a story here, by the way? Were they doing something that should be national news?
It's so crazy because that's why they said, get her out of here. She's good. Because I've done this at the previous job. I had definitely did a whole story about it. They were like, girl, are you kidding me? No. But it actually made positive changes, for people. Because I did bring that to light, because what they were doing during COVID was wrong, and I brought it to light, and they then had to change how they were doing things.
If this is like a real like story with implications, when you're done figuring this out on a personal level, we should all talk about.
I know,
covering.
I
this.
know.
Yeah,
it's the way I really. But yes, it's definitely one of those things, I told them like this is wrong, and I guess nobody else has really challenged them, but it's putting a lot on the people who work there, having to almost play cleanup in that way for the way the company is engaging in certain
Rebecca works for ICE. She was like, Abrego Garcia shouldn't be there, all right? And they're like, you're out of here.
Maybe if I work for ICE, I'll be freeing everybody. Listen, baby, we getting away. Call me Harriet Tubman, baby. We are out of here. We're out of here. But no, it's devastating because again, in one of the meetings, I was told, you must got something better, right, online for you than here. And I'm like, see, that's what I don't like. See, y'all playing with me, you know, and that's the kind of, you know, I'm just trying to keep my head, you know, and I'm not there to beg them to be like, please, sir, I need this job. No, and I do need the job, but I'm not going to sit there and do that while you guys are, you know, and that's how the meetings would go. And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, y'all could do whatever I need to do. Cause you know, I'm not backing down. And since, you know, so yeah, your girl is jobless, but needs to stay in her home with her lights on. So go ahead. Like, you know, if y'all want to support, it's Becca's Voice on Cash App. Super chats are open. Thankfully, hopefully they don't take it away. Okay. But you know, just support, keep it going. And I love you guys. Mean it. No sob story here. I think it's good. I'll have more time to be with you guys. And that's good, right? Y'all don't think that's good? I think that's good.
I mean, that part's good, but that's just me being selfish. I want you to destroy this company, and I want to help you.
Yeah,
yeah, same.
I get it.
Same.
I do.
Yeah.
I absolutely get it. And yeah, I understand, but don't be sad for me, okay?
Guys, don't you think we should hear the corporation side of the story?
They'll be like, that girl, oh, she was in here trying to tell folks something else, starting a coup. They would really, I'm pretty sure they got stories.
Watch. Wouldn't it be really something though if this is Rebecca's story, and then we asked the job, and they were like, listen, you have to understand, she wouldn't stop eating other people's lunch from the fridge. She just wouldn't stop doing it. We had no choice.
They'll start making
so many
up
complaints.
Stuff. Like, anywho, I love you. I mean it. And have a great rest of your show. Don't stay up too long, because it'd be 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like,
I know.
Why are you still here? And your cat is so cute. Mm-hmm. Your cat is so cute, Mike. Sorry, but your cat is the cutest. I saw him on the side.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All
she
right.
came to say hello to me.
All right, it's adorable. All right, the world.
Really
Anyways,
cool.
I'm out. Love you, mean it.
Bye, Rebecca.
Love you. Take care.
Bye.
I got him right in front of me. You want me
Alrighty.
to just ramble? I don't have a lot, so I could spit
Sure,
it out quick
yeah.
and leave you guys to, I'm sure, the thousands of super chats you both have.
I'm not gonna be here long. There's too much.
Okay. Big shout out to the Nintendo Gaming channel for the majority of all my super chats, and they're all related to, you'll never guess this, Ice Poseidon.
Oh, I thought, isn't this the same person who always brings up Johnny Somali?
Yes!
Yeah.
I love the commitment. So the first one is, should there be a federal law for nuisance streaming? Which is what kick streamers, like Ice Poseidon and like fucking that guy who got arrested in South Korea did.
My God.
So maybe there should. Maybe there should. Nintendo, international criminal, Ice Poseidon caught trespassing, attempted to Korea for the DMZ zone from South Korea. You don't say. That fucking rascal. What an asshole. To be clear, I too hate Johnny Somali and Ice Poseidon. I just love how this is a very key one issue voter kind of thing for you. So,
right.
And thanks for sharing it over here. Nintendo, thank you for anyone is white voted for Trump as a KKK supporter, KKK apologist, and a KKK member. On that, I can totally agree. Donald Trump, all of the U.S. Republican politicians, all of the members of the terrorist group MAGA, all of Donald Trump have the same IQ as a Peter Griffin character. Nintendo Gaming Channel, does everyone believe person of color fired by U.S. movie, TV show industry, U.S. video game industry due to man Hitler, since both industries has DEI? I suppose that was when we were talking about the Snow White and the stuff around there. And finally, thank you to Soul Life for giving a tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's all y'all. Go nuts. Thank you so much, Nintendo Gaming Stream. I really appreciate it all.
Do you want me to go first, Matt? I feel like I could go through them pretty quickly. There's a bunch, but I'm
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
go
gonna...
ahead then. Yeah.
Okay, because it's so late and I'm so exhausted. So it's not showing up, but thank you, John Lithium, for the 5 gifteds. Really, really kind of you. Appreciate that. The first super chat is from Prisoner of Gravity. Thank you for the 10. Bill Maher basically called Larry David an anti-Semite for my dinner with Elliot off. What's next? I'm calling Mel Brooks an anti-Semite for Springtime with Hitler. Yeah, his response was weak. He was butthurt, and for good reason. He should have been butthurt because that was a great op-ed. Let's see here. The next one is from Cosmere. A week without Leftist Mafia is a week without Leftist Mafia. Yeah, I'm sorry. Every once in a while we'll take some time off, but happy to be back. Bay Photo says DNC is planning an ultimatum for David Hogg: stay neutral in primaries or give up his executive seat. Will Dems ever not be their own worst enemy? I saw that. Yeah, I think that he should just agree to be neutral, but then sabotage. That's what Debbie Wasserman Schultz did. So, following the lead of leaders. Let's see here. Yvette says Jason Stanley just did a Deutsche Welle interview in German, where the interviewer heartily agreed the USA had gone fascist, Mexico had similar too. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. He's really interesting. Asa says, say it, god dang it, Bobby. Asa also says Kanye is dead and now we have his evil twin. Yay. True. B. Wood says updated list of things JD Vance should not be near: eyeliner, couches, trophies, and now popes. Yeah, absolutely. Asa says genuinely recommend Conclave, top 10 for me. Okay. Thanks for the recommendation. Let's see here. The next one is from Bay Photo. Says John Wexler, the exec at Adidas who made the Yeezy partnership happen, is Jewish. As a fellow Jew, it's upsetting. He's still silent on everything Kanye. I did not know that. Asa says, I feel like Andrew needs to insult MC Hammer. Yeah. Let's see here. Bruce says, have you heard about boycott Xbox to protest Microsoft selling AI to Israel military? Some indie studios pulled their games from the store too. I've not heard about this, actually. That's really interesting. Gaming channels that I follow don't usually get too political. So thanks for letting me know. I'll have to look into this. Nadia Yvette Chambers says, I refer people needing guidance on Marx's theories of alienation, exploitation, and how Lenin dealt with Tsar, Stalin, the NS, and Mao, Imperial Japan. Yeah, I mean, Lenin, if you read State and Revolution, he basically breaks down Marx and Engels, and it's a pretty short read, so yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Robe says, someone in a YouTube comment once referred to the trigonometry guys as the Bert and Ernie of political discourse, and I can't unsee it. That's pretty funny. Looney Tunes says, this week, you and Lance split this dono 50-50. Will do. Chris Corcoran says Nancy Mace is like if the Joker was a Karen. Very true. Lizzie Bennett says, it's a sad day in America when I agree with your evil twin Matt Walsh regarding Nancy Mace. Well, broken clocks. Yeah, good point. ABS says 60 Minutes producer resigns over pressure to be pro-Trump. Kyle just did a video covering it. And did you see the new Predator Badlands trailer? Saw Kyle's video. That was great. And I have not seen the trailer yet, but I saw like articles about it, and I'm all in already without even seeing the trailer. Sam says, as someone who is autistic, RFK Jr. is a damn fool. I did 3 sports in high school. We need all our allies to take a stand now and show their support to protest them. Absolutely agree. Yeah, fuck RFK. Also, Sinners is a must-watch, as in seat in theater. I might do that, Sam, because I keep seeing more hype and I'm buying in, so I might actually see it in theaters. Decipher says, check Mike's OG roast. Okay, I'll check that out. Nintendo Gaming Channel says Greenland's MAGA hat make America go away. There you go. That's actually pretty clever. I like that. Let's see here. The next, what is this? Ignar Husky. Here we go. Nancy Mace is just another goon of postmodernist right-wing victimhood fantasies forcing their truth. It don't matter what we do, they're a victim. Absolutely. The quartering versus antibody positivity video.
Oh, I thought you were calling Crotchy the quartering because the person's name was Crotchy, so I thought you called them the quartering. Sorry, that's not fair to Crotchy. You're probably awesome. You donated to Mike. You're cool.
I'm sure you are. Jones City says a black gay guy with a Scottish boyfriend, a wash rag confused him. No. Oh. We're not sending our best, as in white people. Pierce says, hello, I wanted to address a concern that keeps me up at night. Is it possible for 2028 to be too big for Republicans to cheat if we have a progressive candidate like Tim Walz? I hope so. We'll have to wait and see. There's definitely going to be voter suppression because that's always a constant, but you know, we'll see. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. Brian says, day 94 of living in an episode of Black Mirror. Saw someone almost jump off a bridge in Oregon City yesterday. Crazy. Stay positive out there, guys. Jesus Christ, that is crazy. That's really sad. Red Baron says, up at 4:30 a.m. in the UK. Big ups to you guys. Hey, thanks for staying up to watch.
I've been streaming for 7 hours now. I'm almost at Hassan levels. Yeah.
That's insane. I'm like dead, and we've been streaming for what, 3.5 hours? Like, I have no energy left. So. Mabuza says, I haven't laughed this much in a long time. Thank you all. Everybody should go see the movie Sinners instead of Woke Snow White. Well, I'm glad that we could entertain you. We had a lot of fun, so I'm glad that you did too. It's nice to just kind of catch up and distract ourselves once in a while from politics. Red Baron says, big up to Matt Bender. Love you from Brookstays, I think they mean. Thomas says, what do you think of Jenk's new Dem takeover grift? I do not support it. They don't support Medicare for all. And up until today, Brianna Wu was on the payroll for Rebellion PAC. Either way, I mean, this is just...
What do you mean up until today? She's not anymore?
Oh, you didn't see the drama. Oh, you should watch the Surf Times tomorrow. I covered the entire thing.
Where did it happen? Where did the drama happen?
Yeah.
It's gonna be up. It's tomorrow's video.
Well, I can't wait
check that out, everybody.
She's not. She's dropped out. That's the TLDR. Jane got a lot of pushback online. A lot of people pointed out just the incredibly racist things that she said towards Palestinians, the dehumanizing language, and just mysteriously, she of her own accord posted. Like, he was still defending her. He was like, "I go hard on Israel. I don't know what you're talking about." And at the end of the day, I don't force people who have different opinions than me. Tell them what to say. That's not what I typical Jank 101 shit. And she just randomly the next day was like, hey, by the way, I'm dropping out of I'm taking a medical leave. I'm dropping out of Rebellion PAC. So I'm assuming there was probably some backdoor discussions.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, a little bit conspicuous there.
Yeah.
JD took the Pope's soul. I mean, it seems that way, right? I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't know. It seems pretty suspicious. And last one for me from Kyle. I don't think things will get better until we end the two-party system. It's just going to keep cycling. I think it's less two-party system, more capitalism in general, because third parties will be corrupted, fourth parties will be corrupted by capitalism. I think capitalism, that's the target. I think people need to aim higher. Easier said than done, but that's the underlying issue with our system. Pierce adds, Jen gives Trump too much credit. I mean, I agree with that. I do not know what he's doing recently. I have not paid attention to it, but I will be watching Lance's coverage, and I will be watching the Vanguard's coverage if anything new should arise. But Matt, it's on you now.
All right, let's do this. You'll go through the things for me?
I'll do it for you,
on the
yeah.
screen? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
James Holmes with a membership super chat, member for 1 month. Hello there and good night. Thank you, James Holmes. Chris, member for 21 months. Why isn't more made of Trump trying to change the Constitution on the White House website? It shows intent to violate by not giving due process. What are you specifically talking about? What did I miss? Do you guys know?
Not in particular.
No.
There's a lot.
Probably because, like,
can...
what can they, like, they could edit the website all they want, but until he actually does something, there's not much that anyone can do, right? I mean, that's my take. And like, there's too much like stuff he's actually doing right now that can be dealt with, and like him just talking shit. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Has anyone noticed that since the JD just killed the Pope Vance incident, no other world leader will meet him? Also, did he visit a Tesla factory? Because the stock, wow.
That's not actually true. He traveled to India, and apparently a lot of people died that day.
And now, like, India and Pakistan are about to go to war.
Well, let's hope not. That would be.
I mean, that's the. But my point is that JD Vance did it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Charlie DeGenemar with a member for 21 months super chat. Luigi cancels millionaires. To be fair. Nintendo Gaming Channel with a super chat. Leftist Mafia, what is your favorite game that has the EI?
I just beat Prince of Persia, where you play as a Persian person rather than the white Prince of Persia of the other titles, and it was a banger game. That game was so much fun. It was one of the funnest platformers I've played in a long time. Highly recommend
all I
Prince of
play is
Persia.
Fortnite, so I mean.
Is that the
What were you saying,
Metroidvania
Mike?
one, Lance?
Yeah, it's the Metroidvania one.
Oh, okay. I gotta check
yeah.
that out. That looks good.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it was an awesome game. So woke. Yeah.
My favorite one is probably Spider-Man. Because of all the gayness and the wokeness. And
Oh, that's true. And then there's that side mission in Spider-Man where you have to like save a cat for a deaf woman, and then like you crush on her, and then people got mad about that. Super woke.
you play as, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there's some visibility for disabled people and queer people, so that's probably my favorite.
Let's go to the next super chat. Nintendo Gaming Channel with another one. What is your favorite person of color character and LGBTQ plus character? For me, it's Ada Wong, Resident Evil, and Ellie, Last of Us. Oh boy, do you guys want to take this one too?
I don't remember the name of the character, but there's a trans guy in Last of Us 2 that had a really good story.
I actually preferred Ellie's girlfriend in the DLC quest. I thought she was really. I thought that was such a beautiful fucking little mini game, and I actually enjoyed parts of it more than I enjoyed, the full story. But yeah, sorry, I'm cutting you off, Mike.
Oh no, I was done.
Oh, okay.
My favorite DEI character in video games is Mario, because it was really important for Italian representation in
True.
in games, and it was a big moment for our Italians. And to think, it's not even like an Italian company made an Italian character. It was the Japanese who made this Italian character, which is an extra layer of like DEI-ness in my opinion. Like, how woke does that get? That like one woke group created a video game character for another woke group. It's like wokeception. DEI, but the I stands for Inception. Oh boy. Let's go to the next super chat. Zia Spots with a super chat says, monetarily cheating on Mike with Matt because he makes me laugh. Why, thank you.
Hey, get back here. Get back here now.
I think you'll find that throughout my life, a lot of people have cheated on their loved ones with me because I make them laugh. I don't know.
Wow.
Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. What was that?
We're at the point where we're delirious.
Yeah.
I'm a home wrecker. That's what I'm trying to say. Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. Did you not realize it was me as Bill Clinton? My JBP is identical to Lance's. I do impersonations all the time on Matt of the LH's call-in shows. I did know it was you who called into my stream last night as Bill Clinton, Looney Tunes. Who's JBP and what's LH?
Letter hack, I think.
Letter hack, okay. And JBP, is that what's his face?
Jordan Peterson, maybe?
Jordan Peterson, right?
Yeah, Jordan B. Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
The B is for boner.
Jordan Boner.
Wow, that one crushed. We were really tired.
Otaku Dragon with a super chat. Matt, next time on Majority Report, can you talk about how RFK defluoridated Utah's water supply 2 weeks ago? On tangent, it's dumb that SAG charges $3,000 for membership. Is that the going rate?
I can say just in 1 second that Alberta stopped putting fluoride in their water supply, and the number of people who started having to go to the hospital for serious bacterial infections in their mouths increased like 230%. It's going to be a horrifying. Yeah, it's really bad what happens when you take water out of the water supply. It's the cheapest way to get dental care to a large amount of the population, and it really sucks that like the woo and the anti-scientific crowd say that like, oh, because this one extreme case where we gave vast quantities of it to rats, it caused cancer. cancer, so it causes cancer in the water supply. It's like, it's completely unscientific. It really sucks, and it's really going to get a lot of people sick.
That sucks. So much long-term periodontal disease is just going to come back to like bite people in the ass. Like, yeah, gingivitis, gum disease. God, that really, yeah. I won't go on a tangent, but that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's well, why Alberta? Is Alberta like the conservative part of Canada?
Yeah, it's the Florida and Texas combined of Canada.
Gabriel Long with a super chat. Nancy Mace, more like Nancy emaciated. No amount of beans can fill the gaunt cheeks of that shambling man corpse. Read that out loud, Nancy. Oh boy, that photo of her with the big pile of beans though really is something. You won't. First of all,
looks like
I don't know
shit.
anyone who eats those beans, that amount of beans. Second of all, I don't know anyone who, in good conscience, who does eat that amount of beans would be caught dead taking a picture of them with that amount of beans.
It's a wild confession.
Lars,
I was about to make a gay joke, but I'm not going to do it. Lance knows what's on my heart.
Lars says, Sam speaking to H3 soon, is he? I think he will soften his views to Sam. Hope Matt will inform Sam of what he's been saying or chime in. This guy said recently that Israel is defending itself from Lebanon. Oh boy. But is he talking to...
Ethan said on stream that Hassan's too cowardly to debate him, and at the time Hassan was streaming and just immediately dropped into his chat and was like, dude, I'm live right now, let's do it, like, let's go. And then 2 hours later, people in his chats are saying, hey, Hassan says he wants to debate you. He's like, oh, of course he would want to debate me after I've been streaming for 2 hours and I'm about to go, like, we're about to finish. He would do that. And then so he was like, I messaged you 2 hours ago, like, that's not true. And he's like, oh yeah, well, you know what, I'm going to debate Sam Cedar, and then only then, if things go well, I'll do the final boss, which is Hassan. Right? I was like, that. It's just, it was so embarrassing and high school and weird shit. But
you know, it'd be funny if Sam turned the tables on Ethan, and when they showed up for their debate, Hassan
did a Sam Cedar
cut in. But actually, honestly, I do actually want to see Sam talk to. I do actually want to see Sam talk with Ethan, because I actually do think that would be more substantive than Hassan. Not taking away from Hassan. The reason I think that is because Ethan's going to be too caught up with his personal beef with Hassan.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like interpersonal YouTube drama, no matter how much Hassan tries to move the conversation to actual real discussion. But with Sam, he doesn't have any of that personal beef with. And so he won't have that personal drama to focus on. That's all. That's my point with that.
As much as it would be sad not to have the blood, it would be way better for the world if Ethan Klein, just as a generality, stopped promoting so much of what Israel is doing, even if he says he's not. Like a lot of their propaganda, it would just be a net benefit if his, to his audience, he stopped doing like apologia, like that would. So like, Sam could get through.
Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Matt's community knows he hates emojis. It takes him years to update his own, and with tons of hearts and kissy faces. I gotta get on top of that stuff. You're absolutely right, Tokyo Hans. It's just rough. I got a lot to do with this stuff, and it's not my full-time job. I wish it was. I'd be able to dedicate every moment to fixing everything.
I have an artist I can hook you up with. He can do it all for you. He's really good. And
really? All right. Yeah, sure. They set up everything too, like attach it to the attach it to the YouTube and Twitch tiers.
Oh well, I mean, you'd have to give him access to your account.
Oh right, I know that.
To upload it. Yeah, okay. I mean, if that's what you want, he would do that too. Yeah. He could do it for you.
I don't know, maybe because the problem is I just don't ever have time to do it.
Yeah, fair. I'll let him know right now.
Don't tell him that second part. Let me just first work with him
first
about. And then I'll see if I want to give my information, my login stuff. Parker with a super chat. Y'all should do a stream Monday night for the Canadian election. I'm assuming you're going to do one, Lance, right?
I am, and both of you are welcome to join if you want to, but it's basically every big content creator in Canada is going to be joining at some point or another. So if you want to see one topic at a time, Rebecca, Liv, probably start. The results come in from the East Coast, and then it works its way all the way to the Western Canadian elections. So it'll be later at night. So probably start around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that.
That's later at night, 4 to 5 p.m.
Well, for you, it would be 3 hours ahead. So it would be 7 p.m. Onward.
Brother,
Yeah.
my stream, I do my streams at like 10 p.m. my time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, yeah. If you want to join, it'll overlap eventually.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will, even just for a little bit. Yeah, just
Cool.
send me, the information when you're doing it.
I will.
Let's see. Get extend my brand out to my Canadian brethren.
That's true.
Let's see. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. The Mario Brothers series was invented in Japan. They pronounce it correctly, the non-binder way. Yes, I know they say Mario because that's just what they do. They're not New Yorkers, so I get it. The Japanese are the only ones allowed to pronounce it Mario. Everyone else should call it Mario because they're not Japanese.
Can you give me the pass?
Let me hear you say it first.
Mario.
All right, that sounds decent enough. You could say it Mario.
Nice.
What do you call what is your pet's name again?
Chico.
What do you call the type of animal Chico is?
Dog.
Dog. Not dog. He's not a dog.
No. Is that how you say it?
Dog.
Dog.
He's a dog. I have a dog. I have a dog.
A dog.
I have a dog.
That sounds almost Boston.
No, I have a dog.
A
How
dog.
do you say the drink that drink that is H2O? How do you pronounce that one?
Water.
Water.
Oh, you got that's Jersey, isn't it? Isn't that more of a Jersey accent?
Jersey has no. Oh, they don't have their own thing. They just copy New York. What about one more? What about the caffeinated beverage?
Coffee. Oh, you're gonna say coffee, aren't you?
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Coffee.
I say coffee.
Coffee.
It's coffee. Cup of coffee.
Yeah.
What about the other caffeinated beverage? The companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
What? Soda pop?
Soda.
Soda.
Sody pop.
Soda.
Pop.
All right.
Okay. This one's gonna take a while.
Colombian Rican, New York. My people right here. They know how to pronounce Mario. Let's go Mets. Do you think this is our year? Oh boy, the Mets are the #1 team in baseball. I know it's only April, but I cannot believe it. The Mets have the best record in the entirety of the MLB right now. It is unbelievable. This is the year. This is the year. First time since 86. 86, 2025. Here we go. This is what we're doing it, baby. Cold Dog with a super chat. Where are we at here?
Oh, Mike left.
Oh, here we go.
He can't put the next one on
Trump
for you.
store is selling Trump 2028 hats. I saw, I heard, I just can't care about it yet. It's they obviously doing that to rile people up. Like, obviously. Like, it's just, even if he's planning on trying to run again this far out and putting it on merch, it's just totally to rile people up. It's a fantastic business idea for the Trump mindset. Think about it. What do conservatives live for? Owning the libs. Trump has made a piece of merchandise that is straight up like, pay me for something where you can own the libs. Like, he is going to make so much money off of this hat. The worst thing you can do for Trump is to not care about this merchandise. Do not let conservatives know that it bothers you or it affects you in any way, because the whole point of that merchandise is they want to buy it to own the libs, and Trump will line his pockets happily. You back, Mike?
I'm back.
Cool. Bay Photo with a super chat. Smile, baby. You know it, toots. Columbia Rican, New York with another super chat. Thank you so much. A super sticker We got a little Shiba Inu, right? Doing some karate. Very cool. Colombian Rica New York with another super chat. Just to add, Mario represents Brooklyn. Yeah, that he does. Thomas Beckman with a super chat. Whose brain is more broken now, Jenks or Ethan's? Oh, Ethan. It's not even.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even a question. Did Lance just leave without saying goodbye?
He did. He Irish exited.
Unbelievable.
So insulting.
Mabuza 14 with a $10 super chat. If Matt showers, I'll cheat for making me laugh. Jeffrey Caney with a super chat. Just a super chat. I appreciate it. Thomas Beckman with another super chat. Ask Lance what percentage chance he has Poli Vieira winning. Oh, he just left. From my understanding, it's very low at this point. He has completely blew his chance. Almost completely, I should say. It's a very
I'm
low.
still nervous, but yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like it's not going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see, I guess. And we got one more here. Colombian Rica in New York with one more super chat here. Don't feel bad, Matt. Living outside of New York, people make fun of my Brooklyn accent all the time. So I know the struggle. Oh, I'm proud of my my New York accent. I love it. So don't worry about that. Oh wait, my Twitch. That's what I was looking at.
I missed a couple of super chats as well. They might be
go
for
ahead,
David,
please. Go ahead.
But there's this one from Red Baron. Love the Dragon Ball Z shirt, man. Thank you so much. When the Trump and Reform UK fascists blow over, I think the left-wing YouTube channel should collaborate internationally more. So yeah, that'd be great. Pierce says, I wish Trump would just go away. Now he thinks he's entitled to a 2028 run. What a brat. Yeah, that's I would love to never have to think about him again. Okay, so Twitch. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
I got a lot on Twitch now. What the hell's going on? We got
Really?
the Serfs rated me before. Thank you, Lance. Hello, lovely scientist. Resubscribed for 18 months at tier 1. Subscribed for 20 months. Thank you so much. Hello, lovely scientist. Tokyo Hans resubscribed for 12 months at tier 1. Subscribed for 33 months. And Tokyo Hans says Bill Burr is the only comedian that can save us. Tokyo Hans also gave out 5 community gift subs over at twitch.tv/MattBinder. And Valinova gave out 10 community gift subs. Thank you so much. And then Noah Beer the 5th resubscribed with Prime, subscriber for 3 months. I have been just getting by listening to Propaganda's new song At Peace. Their new album comes out next week. Thank you so much. Lux Progressive rated me with a party of 32 viewers before. Thank you so much, Lux Progressive. It's a lot of stuff going on my Twitch today. What the hell's going on? Ponderosa Pine resubscribed for 12 months at tier 1. Subscribed for 39 months. Rick, I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. Boom, big reveal. I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? I turned myself into a pickle. What are you trying to what are you just staring at me for, bro? I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. And Rick, and what do you want tacked on to this? I turned myself into a pickle and 9/11 was an inside job. Morty, was it? Rick, who cares, Morty? Global acts of terrorism happen every day. Here's something that never happened before. I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick. Is that the actual thing from Rick and Morty? I always had no interest in that show.
I don't remember. It's been too long.
All right, folks. That's the show. We actually had a normal length show after going. No, we didn't actually. I just realized we went for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is a long one. We usually don't go this long. We haven't, at least in a while.
Hey, I think all of us, the 4 usual Leftist Mafia crew members, and then our 2 guests, I think we all just needed to chill out together. That's really what we needed, I think.
Yeah, cathartic to just kind of hang out.
Yeah. And I hope you all enjoyed it. It seemed like people really did. This is I think any conservative that thinks woke media, leftist media is probably also stuffy, and this is I think the Leftist Mafia shows them what bullshit that is. This is fucking this is fucking this is actually fucking an edgy fucking, you want edgy comedy? This is that shit right here. It's not fucking just saying a racial slur and fucking thinking that's a fucking edgy joke. This is the real deal right here.
We're more comedians than the comedians are, so
hell yeah.
Do we want to raid Cosmopolitics?
All right, folks. Should we raid Cosmopolitics? Are they on right now? Let's see. I'm guessing yes. If you just.
Yeah, I just checked. She's on.
All right, yeah. Let's. It sounds good to me. Let's raid Cosmopolitics. I'm hitting that right now.
On. All right.
Oh, I'm
preparing.
Oh no, I bet everyone watching is yawning right now too.
You literally made me yawn as soon as you did that. Oh, here's one quick one. You really hate the DNC chairman Ken Martin, a corporate hack. Will only take good billionaire money. Haven't learned a single thing. Yeah, I second that. I second that for sure.
Yeah. All right, everyone. YouTube.com/MattBinder. If you're watching on another channel and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. YouTube.com/MattBinder. Same with Twitch.tv/MattBinder. Follow me there too. And you want to drop anything, Mike? No, just all right. See you all next. See you all soon. Wait, hit that raid button first before you end the stream.
Oh, right. Okay. All right, take care, everybody.